Fenton Honda pregame continues. That's your Brad Fenton Motors starting lineup right there. And we're going to be looking at the kickoff here in just a moment. Secondhand Sports kickoff being brought to you again by Secondhand Sports there in Ardmore. And glad to have them along as a sponsor as well. The Ardmore Tigers coming into this thing 2-0. Had some great victories at Ada, also at home against Durant, 46 points a night. That's their average right now. Pretty good average on the early season. The Shawnee Wolves doing a pretty good job the first week with a win, but now last week they faced a tough Stillwater team, a 6A club, and that wound up on the other side of the docket for the Shawnee Wolves with a loss last week. So they're looking to avenge that loss against the Ardmore Tigers. And this, as we told you earlier, coming into kind of a rivalry here. And again, my apologies for the coaches show here tonight. That was not the Mike Lloyd show for tonight's game. That was the Mike Lloyd show for the Ada game. 2 weeks ago now. And it's
hey, it worked. It worked once. Let's try it again.
I'm telling you, it sounded just fine. Barring the mention of Sean Brown, who is from Durant, so maybe it was the Durant game.
Can I play the part of Coach Lloyd now and just tell us
we do have a Brown here, however.
Yeah, the Shawnee Wolves, Tucker Brown is the guy that I'm sure Coach Lloyd talked about in most of his coaches show that didn't get on the air. So remember the name Tucker Brown. You're probably going to hear it a lot tonight for Shawnee.
Bill Parker, New York Live, bringing you all the action of that. And here we go with the Secondhand Sports kickoff as Mr. Kelby going to set it down at the 40, kick left to right. It's going to be deep, and the up back going to take it right there is Gary Frazier. Frazier goes to the left side, and boy, cuts right back up into the middle across the 30-yard line there. He'll be down to the 32-yard line. Good tackle on the play right there for the Ardmore Tigers. First man on the scene is going to be Ellis Knight, the quickest man on the scene as well. So the Shawnee Wolves are going to be having it first and 10 at the 32-yard line, let's call it. First play from line of scrimmage coming now at 11:53 first quarter. That's Tucker Brown behind center right there. He's got an offset backfield behind him. Wide out to the left is going to be number 9, Justin Clymer. Tucker going to hand it off to the first man through, and Byron Perry, Lord Byron Perry, not going to get much yardage right there in the middle and gluing things up for the Tigers is big number 78, Andy Mendoza, 6 foot, 230 pounds of tackle. That'll bring up a second down and long now at 2nd and 9.
Tiger defense will get a chance to find out how good they are against the run tonight. Shawnee features the run, although Tucker Brown had almost 250 yards total offense last week between passing and running the football.
Second down and 9 at the 33. Tucker in the gun this time, and Brown takes the snap. The son of Billy Brown, the head coach of the Shawnee Wolves, going to hand it off to the guy right beside him there, and not much running room. Again, Lord Byron Perry getting only about a yard. Didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage before he's all wrapped up. And again, great defensive effort by the Tigers. We talked about that on our trip up here, about their speed. Marquise Booker, one of the guys that you got to look at if you want to look at somebody that should be playing at the next level next year. 6 foot, 225 pound senior linebacker.
And might credit Brian Booker for disrupting the handoff in the backfield, even before Marquise ended up with the tackle at the end of the play.
It's the Booker show. This time they put a man in motion, left to right. No, he's going to be stopped right there. Lord Byron Perry getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage this time, and a nice job on the play there. And I'm telling you what, now DeJuan Miles is pretty quick, but he sneaks across right there and disrupts everything. 4th down and long.
You're calling him Lord Byron Perry. He could very easily be Little Byron Perry. He's only 5'5", but the Ardmore defense has had no problem identifying where he is and when he has the ball. That little reverse they tried to run there went absolutely nowhere and lost 4 yards.
Reverses don't run when you have that much penetration in the middle. 4 Tigers in the backfield.
Back to punt is going to be Adam Burden, and he gets the ball away. It's high. Fair catch call for, but that's not going to be possible. In the way out there, Robbie Gordon makes the fair catch call, but there's Shawnee Wolves everywhere, and a flag is going to fly.
I think Jared Bedwell back there for the Wolves just interfered with the opportunity. It was a short kick, but you've got to give the man an opportunity to step up to make the catch.
So much is said about setting the tone for the game early on. The Ardmore defense, each game we've played, both road games, has set the tone early with a big turnover or just stuffing 3 and out Shawnee on their first drive. And now Ardmore offense has a very short field to work with here from their own 47-yard line before this penalty gets marked off.
And that penalty should help him.
Robbie just actually let that ball hit him right in the chest. Just stood there and knew he was going to get hit. After he got hit, he just said, "Here, hit me," because we're going to get some yardage with the ball.
The Storts and Sudbury sideline report brought to you by Dr. Storts and Sudbury Family Practice in Ardmore. They are going to mark the thing off, and it will be deep now in Shawnee territory where the Ardmore Tigers will take over. The ball rests at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 there for the Tiger O.
And a great decision. Ardmore wins the toss, defers, plays good defense, 3 and out, gets great field position, aided even better field position with that penalty on the Wolves.
They're going to stand over the ball here, keep the Tigers in lurch mode. What's going on?
Got a problem with number 73, who is, his name is not listed on our Shawnee roster, but has an equipment problem, I think. Cannot execute this play, and the officials are going to make him take a seat until he gets a new helmet.
Well, his number's on here. It must be blankety blank. He's got the number, but there's just blanks up there.
By our facts, he doesn't exist. That's why he's off the field right now.
The Ardmore Tigers take it underneath center. Lionel Jimenez does the honors. In motion, Jermaine Gresham. They're going to hand it off to him right there. Gresham around the corner at the 35, down to the 30. You'll have a first down inside the 30-yard line to the 27 is where he's pushed out of bounds there, and that's the first time we've seen that since the super scrimmage. And Jermaine doing a good job carrying out the play right there. He'll have a first down. And the Tigers will have a first down at the 27-yard line now in Shawnee territory.
Great execution and good block on the end. Brian Booker freed things up at the corner. Jermaine got to the corner. Nobody there, turned the corner, had a first down before he got any kind of blue jersey in his field of sight there. He's just strolling down the sideway.
Lionel sits him down in the I-backs and wideouts to the left and right this time, and he'll hand it off to Jimmy Colbert. Colbert spins at the 6, or at the after about 5-yard carry. Going to pick up an extra 4 there, so he'll have it bounce second down and a long one. The ball just outside the 20-yard line. Well, they spotted at the 21, so he's not going to get as much yardage as I let him have anyway. He'll be about 2.5, 3 yards shy.
Jimmy Colbert coming off a great game with Durant. No, they haven't played Duncan yet, have they?
That's
one of those
week.
D teams. How many yards? 170.
175, I believe.
Soothsayer.
Off to a great start tonight. Jimmy Colbert looking good.
Colbert sends Gresham wide to the right. He's off the ball, the wide out this side. To the other side is Dante Miller. Now Jermaine switch is in motion. Marquise Booker. They'll hand it back to counter this way to Colbert. Colbert sits down as he cuts right there, and that will only net him about a yard on the carry. He'll get up to the 20. He still lacks about 2 yards, so that's where it'll be. The ball right at the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 to go.
It'll be interesting to see what Shawnee does the rest of the night. That time, Gresham lined up on the far side of the field. Shawnee countered with island coverage, one-on-one from Adam Betterton, a 6-foot senior. It's going to be interesting to see if Ardmore picks on that the rest of the night.
Miller wide to the left and Gresham in the slot that way. Offset I-backs in the backfield behind Lionel Jimenez. Jimenez sends it to Colbert. Colbert busts over the left side, across the 15, up near the 11-yard line. He'll have plenty for a first down and then some. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 11 for the Tigers, knocking on Shawnee's door.
So far, this drive has all been on the ground. Reminds you a whole lot of the Ada game, as Coach Lloyd content to come out, run the ball, get that first strong offensive touchdown on the ground, kind of set up that line of scrimmage to see who's going to dominate. And so far, the Ardmore offensive line doing a great job up front.
8:18 to go here in the first quarter. No score in this one, but the Tigers are threatening. Miller comes wide to the right. Dante sits up there by himself. Gresham a short wide out to the left side, lone back in the backfield behind. That's going to be a handoff to Jermaine. This time they run him up the field, and a good defensive job by the Shawnee Wolves as they just they know that set real well quickly.
Well, that's a mistake on Jermaine's part. You got to just duck it up inside. There was a penetration much better played this second time around. That's where you got to put your shoulder down and get what you can. He tried to run it wide, and just too many defenders over there.
Loss on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and about 14 to go. They can get a first down inside right at the 2-yard line.
You know what that's going to set up later, though? You're going to see that fake and see Lionel go the other way with it. First 2 times to Jermaine, and look for Lionel to carry it.
Naked boot.
That's a football term.
There you go. Thank you. Jimenez sets Jermaine in motion. Whoop, too many men in motion. The left side of the line right there getting a little motion going on themselves.
Fitzgerald jumped.
You know, Coach called him one of the best offensive linemen he's coached the other day, and that's a great compliment, Big Tommy Fitzgerald.
Back-to-back bad plays for the Tigers. We've not seen that this season. A couple of errors back-to-back there. The run by Jermaine where he lost yardage, and then a penalty play. There's going to set up 2nd and 20 yards or so. I can't see the scoreboards from here. You're going to have to help me. Second and 21.
20 is right, Billy. Usually when the Tigers get it down here, 2 games into the season at least, they've cashed in, and you don't go reverse in the red zone and expect to be successful on the night.
Actually, sorry.
Got to short things up.
When you said in the night, I thought you were done.
Sorry.
Actually, it's second down and 20. They're wrong on the clock if you'll look at it, where the ball is and where they need to get for a first. They need to get down to the 2-yard line, right? That's my calculation anyway. Jimenez from the gun. Gets the snap, rolls out to his left. Looking down the field, he's got a strong rush. Oh, tackle back behind the line. And in there is going to be Lafiama Miles. I've been practicing that all week. Lafiama Miles on the tackle there for the Wolves. And you're exactly right. Yellow flags on the field. So that could help the Tigers or hurt them.
That doesn't help. Personal foul on the Tigers. That's going to back them up even further. So what looked like a dominant possession early has turned ugly for Ardmore.
David Polk has the Storts and Sudbury sideline report.
I think there may have been a little bit of language going on down there on the field, and it was right in front of the white hat. The white hat threw the flag. The umpire flew the flag immediately, and they're just not going to tolerate that tonight. So we just have to be more disciplined in that area.
Thank you, David. Storts and Sudbury sideline report.
Ardmore had 1st and 10 on the 12. Just moved the ball right down the field. Now they find themselves at the 45 of Shawnee. This drive started on the Shawnee 38.
So the Tigers have it now. 3rd down and some 44 yards to go.
Wow.
Actually 42 yards to go. Ball at the 45-yard line. Miller sits wide to the right. Brian Booker in the slot. Slot and wide out to the far side as well. Jimenez rolls to his right, looking way down the field. Now he shortcuts it across to Jermaine Gresham and just out of the reach of his fingers. Actually hits him on the tips of the fingers. Won't see that on a highlight reel. 6:34 to go, and the Tigers have it 4th down now and 43 yards to go at the 45.
And really all self-inflicted there on the part of the Tigers as they just disintegrated when they got down in the red zone.
Right in the foot, and glad they were using a rubber band gun.
Really the first adversity of the year for Ardmore. And really, again, all self-inflicted.
Good punt here. Gets high in the air. Stephen Lee doing the punting. Oh, great tackle down there.
Like Marcus Booker.
Get that. Marquise going to get the stuffage on that. Nice job there.
Also, Juwan Miles, one of the first guys down there in white. Tiger defense now going to have to come on, play as well as they did on that first series as they held Shawnee 3 and out. Were not able to do anything with the football themselves, and Shawnee's 2nd time around.
You got to control that, Dave, in a really ruckus crowd over there. Got to control that a little bit here. Well, Tucker Brown of the Shawnee Wolves now have it 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. He's back to throw already. Looking out in the flats. No, it's way too high there. Intended receiver on the play is Justin Clymer.
Good pressure up the middle for the Tigers, though. Chris Odom got in there in a hurry, got in Tucker Brown's face, made him throw it high.
Brown felt the pressure there, and instead of staying on top of the pass and making a good crisp throw, he went 3/4 a little bit, and the ball sailed on him and nearly took out a coach on the Shawnee sideline.
You don't want to do that. 2nd down, 10 to go. The ball at the 23-yard line. Shawnee and Tucker Brown break the huddle. You're going to hear Tucker Brown a lot tonight because we were instructed that he was the Shawnee offense, so we'll be talking about him quite a bit. He takes the snap this time. Going to take it on his own. Nothing doing with that. Nice defense.
I believe that's Kevin
Andrews. You bet it is.
Not fooled by the little fake. They run a reverse of their own, a fake reverse. Tucker Brown going to try to duck it up inside. Kevin Andrews not fooled. That's probably something they've worked on all week. Expect Tucker Brown to keep the ball a good percentage of the time that they have a fake involved.
Ardmore stuffed the chance they took with Byron Perry handing it off. They stuffed Brown keeping it. They might want to rip that page out of the playbook.
3rd down, 11 to go. Ball at the 22 now. Tucker Brown from the gun. Looks downfield. Oh, he's rushed, got trouble right there. And this time going all the way down the field and catching the ball right there is Cole Parsons. That'll be a 1st down for Russ a lot as they get into Tiger territory at the 40-yard line.
That's just a busted coverage for the Tigers. As really good pressure up the middle, and I thought they were going to force another 3-and-out situation, and lo and behold, wide open down the field. Andron Thompson just got lost down coverage that time.
We see now why Tucker Brown has been talked about so much. He just threw a 45-yard rifle across the middle of the field. An excellent catch there for Shawnee, and now they have 1st and 10 at the Ardmore 41.
Cole Parsons, a senior wide or junior wide receiver for the Wolves. I was just going to talk about, I was getting ready to say, that's a coverage sack because he had trouble finding somebody open. Then he just stepped up in there and found the man loose. This time to the right side, a little swing pattern there, interrupted, and they're going to chase it down. Gary Frazier can't get the hand on it. And they'll chase it down, and Shawnee will recover. I don't think they called it a forward lateral or forward pass, did they?
Andron Thompson, fine play that time on defense for the Tigers. Got out there just a screen pass or straight down the line of scrimmage. Andron over there to disrupt things.
The defensive line of Ardmore is playing a whale of a game to start out. They're getting pressure up the middle almost every single time, and these screen passes are being disrupted by Shawnee offensive linemen being pushed back into Brown's passing lanes.
Tucker underneath center this time. Offset backfield to his right. Wideouts there as well. Going to fake it to the deep man. Now he's in trouble again. Going to throw it across the middle. And that's going to be Robbie Gordon there knocking the ball. Or no, Ellis Knight. 20.
Ellis Knight had 6. If he catches that.
If Ellis Knight catches that one, he could have run to Asher before anybody would have
20 seconds of the daylight right there, huh?
Tell him we'll pick him up in Asher.
We'll see him after the game if he wants to keep going.
We're not going back that way. I'm scared in the dark. Just kidding.
Not as scared as we are.
That's right.
3rd and long again. Last time Shawnee was able to execute a long pass play to get themselves out of a hole. Going to have to do it again here.
Justin Clymer wide to the right with Cole Parsons in the slot that way, and we've got a timeout on the field. Shawnee Wolves take a timeout with 4:59 remaining in the first quarter. We have no score in this one. We're back after this. It's Tiger football on Kick 'em Country. Jim Thorpe Field here. 3rd down and 10 to go now at the 41-yard line. In Tiger territory are the Wolves. Tigers let them slip one long pass play in there, but pretty much have held them all night.
Saturday and Sunday evenings at 7 o'clock on Channel 99.
3rd and 10 as they stand over the ball.
What do we got, a TV timeout or
I don't
something
know.
out there?
Join us tomorrow at the Prairie Kitchen, the coaches show, Prairie Kitchen in Ardmore. The coaches show on Kick 'em Country, 8:30 to 9:30. We broadcast live and talk to area coaches, find out what all went on tonight. We'll see you there. Right back is Tucker Brown, screen play, and the line did a great job of it, but it's still complete. And the completion is going to go to Byron Perry, and Byron going to run for a little after he catches it, gets up near the 32-yard line before he's bounced out of bounds there.
You just have to credit Byron Perry because Ardmore had a pretty well defense. He just got away from that first tackler. Got outside. He's going to make it a much shorter situation, but still going to bring up 4th down.
Had to make an excellent catch right off his shoe tops. Tucker Brown stood down the face of the blitz of Marcus Booker and made a good throw, but the only place it could be thrown. And then Perry made a couple guys miss to make this 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 10.
Zeros on both sides of the scoreboard. 4:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Tigers took the opening drive all the way down inside the 15 at the 11-yard line before they were stalled out by some penalties. Now Tucker Brown and his squad trying to move the length of the field. 4th down and 4 here. And he'll set them down, but then coach calls a timeout. 4:51 remaining, first quarter. We're back after this. We have no score in this one. The Tigers are on Kick 'em Country. Welcome back as the Shawnee Wolves appear to be going for it here. 4th down and about 3 at the 34-yard line in Ardmore territory. Splits out to the high side here, right side, and the offset backfield behind Tucker Brown. He looks to throw down the field, has his man. Great defense right there. Ellis Knight going to knock it out of him as the intended receiver is Cole Parsons. Ellis gets there with the football and makes the play.
Great play there to turn around that possession for Shawnee, but also I think because Cole Parsons will remember that later, as Ellis Knight really brought the hat with him. Of course, Cole Parsons, the guy that caught the long pass play earlier in this possession. So nice stand by the Tiger defense. They gave up one big play, really is all that they've given up in this first quarter of football so far.
Ellis, a Knight on his steed that time and bringing the pain.
Brought the hammer, too.
You bet.
That was a heck of a play.
Wide out to the left will be Dante Miller. This time Gresham sets wide to the right. Jimmy Colbert beside Jimenez in the backfield. Colbert gets the play this way, takes it back the other side, right to left there. Not much running room, but he is going to make about a yard after all the scramble around trying to find a little rabbit hole or something, and gets it to the, well, they're going to give him 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 to go.
Pretty good effort, Jimmy Colbert, because there wasn't a lot of room to run. A little bit of a counter play there. Looks like he's going to hand it off going to his right, then he broke it back to his left sharply and had just a little bit of a crease. Defensive end a little slow to react. Picked up a couple of yards on 1st down.
So 4 minutes and 18 seconds remaining, and now the clock ticks as they wind it. Dante sets wide to the right. Brian Booker out there in the slot. Jermaine Gresham wide to the left. Lionel Jimenez from the shotgun. Back to throw, looking back over to his left. Gresham at the 45 to the 40, 35, 30. He can run 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Tigers.
Where's Bob Stoops? He would have loved that. That was speed that time. Wide open right in the center there, right in the middle of the field. Lionel, plenty of time to throw the football, found him, hit him in stride, and Jermaine can really move with it. We hadn't got to see him take one the distance like that, but he can stretch it out.
Teams have had serious trouble covering Gresham when he starts going over the field and going through their zone coverages. That time he found a hole right about midfield, and once he caught it, he had the angle on every single Shawnee Wolf on the field and made it to the pylon with ease, and now Ardmore trying to make it 7-0.
And you think his stride might be a little longer than everybody else's out there on the field?
Austin Williams will hold, and Kelby Price to kick the PAT. It is up, and it is good. So with 3:55 remaining in the first quarter, it is now Ardmore 7, the Shawnee Wolves nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football. Did they say it was no good?
No, it's good.
There's a penalty, but I think the kick is good. They roughed the
number
holder.
73 came in and just destroyed our kicking crew.
They'll decline that, certainly. We'll take a break. We're back after this. Tiger Football is on Kick 'em Country. As we get ready for the secondhand sports kickoff after the Tigers get the score 7-0, the score right now with 3:55 remaining in the first quarter of play. Kelby Price lines it up on the 45, and he'll kick it left or right here. Back deep for the Wolves is going to be Byron Perry, number 4, and Gary Frazier, number 7. Kelby gets a foot into it, and it's going to bounce short. Picking it up is Byron Perry, and Perry getting up the middle, and there's going to be flags all over the place. Well, while we're waiting for that, we'll check out the Valero Easy Shop scoring drive with 2 locations in Ardmore. Brandon?
Ardmore had a little trouble on the first drive. They got down to the red zone and then stalled. So on the second drive, they said, we won't worry about that red zone business. We'll just cover 2 plays and 66 yards. Capped off a 65-yard pass from Lionel Jimenez to Jermaine Gresham. Ardmore leads 7-0.
The Wolves are going to be called for holding on this particular kickoff play, so that'll back them up. They're going to go back inside the 15-yard line. They'll spot the ball about the 13-yard line, let's call it. It'll be first down there from the 13 for the Wolves, back deep in their own territory.
Mike, on the scoring play, again, you have to credit the Tiger offensive line, and I think it was Kevin Andrews slipped over, picked up the only on-rushing Wolf that was going to be anywhere near Jimenez, gave him plenty of time for Gresham to come open to hit him in stride.
Climber wide to the right here for Tucker Brown, who is now from the gun. The back beside him is Byron Perry. Tucker takes the snap, rolls out to his left, turned back in there. Good job defensively. Flags come flying in. Tucker going to get him about 1.5 yards, 2-3 yards on the carry, let's call it. Good job on the defensive side of the football there for the Tigers.
Looks like holding is what one of the Wolves is signaling to the coach.
Ellis Knight getting up out of the pile, so we'll give him some credit on the tackle. Shawnee will be backed up again. This time will be well inside the 10-yard line.
This is a big series for the Ardmore defense. They've been spotted a 7-0 lead by the offense on the big play, and now Shawnee's buried deep in their own territory. They can make a stand here, make a really, really big stop, and all of a sudden Ardmore offense is going to have another short field to try and make this 14-0 if they hold. Very big possession here.
Holding against the Wolves.
When these two teams play, you feel like every possession is so critical. It's just a little extra feeling out there. These two guys, I think they have respect for one another, but they like to beat each other up. And last year, in fact, I think every ball game has been close.
Ball put on the 7-yard line, and we'll see what happens here. Tucker Brown underneath. Looking for somebody now, back to throw, and he'll find a swing man right there.
Ball's loose.
Ball is loose on the ground, and that's Byron Perry.
Still loose.
And now Ardmore says they
David
have
Polk is signaling.
They may very well have it.
Who got it, David?
It's 73 on the fumble recovery there, and we nearly
Chris
had
Odom.
half a distance there on the Shawnee Wolves.
Chris Odom for the Tigers with the recovery, and there's the first turnover. Brandon, you said it right, and this is the first turnover tonight, although the Tigers came close. Ellis Knight came close to picking one off earlier.
3:18 remaining now, and the ball at the 14-yard line.
Shawnee made a brilliant pass play earlier, and it looked like they were going to try and get a little momentum. And since then, it has all turned to dust. A big play by Ellis Knight, a touchdown for Jermaine Gresham. Now a fumble recovery here for Chris Odom. Ardmore knocking on the door again.
I just think those wide plays for Shawnee going to be difficult. Ardmore got too much speed to waste any time getting the ball down the
Especially
field.
on the perimeter.
Dante Miller wide to the right. Gresham out there with him. Iback's behind Jimenez. He'll hand it to the deep back. And running, and that is DeJuan Miles, and he gets across the 10. Nice job by DeJuan right there. Just gets himself a little crease, and he's going to pick him up about 6-7 yards on the carry. It'll bring up, well, they spotted where it's an 8-yard carry. Second down and a short 2 to go. Ball is right outside the 5-yard line, about a yard, maybe at the 6, let's call it.
And what really looks good to the Tiger fans, the offensive line's right down there with DeJuan Miles, right where he got up with the football. His offensive line's standing down there too.
How about that for a change of pace? You get Colbert making his runs, then you get DeJuan Miles that just punishes any tackler that tries to slow him down.
Dante Miller wide out to the left. Marquise Booker in the backfield with DeJuan Miles behind him. They'll hand it to Miles left side this time. Crushes across the 5-yard line up to about the 2 before he's tackled there. That is enough for a first down. They just need to get a yard for a first down, 1.5 yards. So the Tigers have it first and goal from the 2-yard line here with 2:30 remaining in the first quarter. Tigers lead at 7-0 in Shawnee tonight.
Well, you talk about Colbert and DeJuan Miles, and we haven't seen Jermaine Stubblefield just yet. We'll see him later.
There's another change up for you. Miles is just such a punishing runner. Both tackles that have been made so far, he's kept his forward momentum going. The Shawnee tackler's fallen back and fallen onto his back just to make the play to keep him from going for more yards.
Lionel Jimenez will set him down. Iback's behind him with Twins out to the left.
Uh-oh.
Quick snap right there, and somebody misses it. Miles is going to score easily on that play, barring the illegal motion here against the Tigers.
Second time the Tigers have jumped on the left side of the offensive front. And the other one was in the red zone. Those red zone penalties will kill you.
So that'll be a long mark off on this one. About 5 yards. So that'll bring up first down now and goal from the 5. Let's call it, well, they put it on the 7-yard line. That's right. It'll be long 7. So first and goal to goal from the 8-yard line. Jimenez is going to bring the play in from the sideline. 2 minutes on the clock ticking now. Gresham sets wide to the left with Dante Miller. I-backs behind Jimenez. Lionel will set him down that way. Tight to the left side. Looking over there, he throws it up in the air. Jermaine goes to get it. Touchdown, Tigers. No fakes, no nothing. Look right at him and throw it right at him right there and just let the big guy go get it.
Great job by Jermaine. Thought he might have had a little push off there to free himself up, but didn't get the call. What the heck, you know, you try it. It works this time. The Tigers are up.
We'll take it.
There wasn't a push-off on Jermaine. It was on the Shawnee defender, who was about 5 feet 8 inches tall, trying to defend that.
That's almost not fair.
That is not, that is fair. Austin Williams to hold here. Kelby Price, the kicker. Ball set down, the kick is up, and it is going to be good. So with 1:41 left to go in the first quarter, the Tigers lead it. Ardmore 14, the Wolves nothing on Kickham Country. Hand Sports ensuing kickoff. We'll call it 14-0 as the Ardmore Tigers have scored again with 1:41 to go in the first quarter. Now lead at 14-0 in Shawnee tonight here, Jim Thorpe Field. They've got a bunch of different names on this now. It's WP Wood Track, Ray Lacone Field. That's the track and field people here. And then it's, of course, Jim Thorpe Stadium.
Does our press box have a name?
I think it's Jim Thorpe. I don't know.
Okay.
They'll have one by next year.
If someone will pay money for it, they'll name it.
Exactly. Kelby Price to do the honors here. He'll kick left to right, the second-hand sports kickoff. Mac deep once again is going to be Byron and his friend Gary. Byron and Gary. It's Gary Frazier and Byron Perry. Well, now the official will let him kick. Kelby gets a big toe into it, and it's going to come to the 10-yard line. It's Gary Frazier there at the 15 now. 20, cuts around 25, jumps over one player, and is going to be down there. Lots of help. Stephen Lee in there on the tackle, certainly that time. Also, Austin Williams on the tackle for the Tigers.
Tiger kick coverage much better. The first week we saw some long returns by, well, not too many. Ada didn't do a whole lot, but they did have some returns, and Ardmore let people get outside of them, and they have really done a great job of turning everybody back into the middle of the field.
Well, as many times as they kicked off in those first two ball games,
no kidding. I guess
you get a lot of opportunity to see this.
The odds are you're going to blow a couple.
You bet. We'll get right to the Valero Easy Shop scoring drive after this. Tucker Brown from the gun, looks to the right side here, throws it up, in and out of the hands that time of Cole Parsons. Parsons out there in the flat and could have gone quite a ways had he caught it. We'll check with the Valero Easy Shop scoring drive.
Ardmore got the ball on the Shawnee 15 following a turnover. It took 3 plays to cover the distance, 8 yards from Jimenez to Jermaine Gresham in the middle of the end zone. They made it look very easy, and Ardmore now leads 14-0 here late in the first quarter.
1:28 to go first quarter, 14-0. They'll bring Gary Frazier wide to the left here. Tucker Brown from the gun, gonna fake that quarterback sneak he did earlier and hand it off to the left side to Byron Perry, but not gonna happen a whole lot of that.
Billy,
Great, Juan Miles on the tackle.
I've never seen a play like that. He sprints into the gap and then stops and does a reverse counter, and the Tigers still were ready to defend it. Excellent play by DeJuan Miles coming off the side to make the tackle.
You can see how quick DeJuan is because it looks like they're going to have a step. They're going to have a positive play, and DeJuan quickly there to keep it to a couple-of-yard gain. Not even that, probably a long 1-yard gain. And it looked like really they had popped something open on that left side.
Wide to the right will set number 9, Justin Clymer. Tucker Brown takes it from the gun again. Runs to his right, has a man down the field. Nice defense, but a great catch on the play by Justin Clymer, and Clymer will have a first down at the 39-yard line.
That's just a great play, great catch on his part because he got rocked as soon as the ball got there, hung on to it. We've seen a couple of nice catches for Shawnee. They've got some great athletes.
You know, Ellis Knight does a good job back there because he doesn't let anybody behind him. He has let the occasional pass get through there, but always around the football when it comes complete. First and 10, Shawnee's Wolves at the 40-yard line, right at the 40, just inside in their own territory. Tucker again from the gun. Looks, fakes that way, pump fakes, and then throws it down the field. Tigers
there you go.
are just as fast. Great job there. And I tell you what, Robbie is going to be able to run with just about anybody down there. You pump fake to him, and it's kind of for nothing, you know. I mean,
well, what you like is he's staying step for step with Justin Clymer. And when he saw Clymer look for the football, he turned around, found the football, almost thought he had it picked off for just a second. Took a pretty tough bump there as they went down. But well played by Robert Gordon.
20 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, 14-0. Ardmore Tigers with the lead. The Wolves with the football. Second down and 10 to go. Right at the 39.5-yard line, let's call it.
And Brian Booker being double teamed out there. He's been in the backfield all night long. So they've got 2 men dedicated to Brian Booker.
They send Perry in motion. Going to fake to him, and then Tucker, he's going to get tucked right there. That's DeJuan Miles in there on the play. Also, give credit to Andy Mendoza because he kind of mucked up the whole works right there. So.
Well, you can't. There's no way that you can hesitate to pick up your block because you don't have time. Tigers react too quickly. DeJuan Miles really bringing the helmet with him.
I'm no football coach, and that's the reason why I'm in the press box here not calling plays, but they've got to get that play out of the playbook. They've lost 5 yards 5 times they've run it. That just isn't going to work. They're not fooling anybody.
That's the end of the first quarter of play. The Ardmore Tigers lead it 14-0 here as we go into the second quarter. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this. You're listening to Tiger Football on Kick'em Country. And a long 9 to go from the 40-yard line. Tucker Brown again with the snap, looks to his left. Ball is going to be in the hands, now caught by Byron Perry, and Perry going to dance around for about 3 yards, but a flag comes flying in there.
And it was late, and it was going to be well short of the first down. Let's see what the penalty is.
On the tackle, number 65, Kevin Andrews.
Kevin Andrews credited with the defensive effort there.
Oh,
A
it
good
was
job
holding.
holding against the Shawnee Wolves will back them up.
I was fearing the face mask there, guys. It was going to give him a first down.
The way he was jerked around, you thought it might be, but it was a hold on the far side of the play.
And if folks have just tuned in, Ardmore has held very well on defense. Take away 2 plays, 2 pass plays. The offense for Shawnee has been really courtesy of 2 plays. Other than that, Tigers have dominated.
So here comes the punting squad for the Shawnee Wolves. Out there to do the honors is going to be Bunky Fincher. Bunky stands inside his 30 to do that.
I would like to see Robert Gordon with a real opportunity to return a punt.
Gordon at the 25, back deep for the Tigers. Clock ticking at 11:40 now. First half of play, Tigers lead at 14-0. Bunky is going to have to go up to get it. High snap, and he'll get the punt. Oh, end over end, backwards. Stops at the 35. And they'll spot it at the 33, as that's where it'll be downed in there by Mark McLean of Shawnee, and the Tigers will have it 1st and 10. About 68 yards to go here. 11:23 on the clock.
Everything for the Tigers looking good. On the ground, in the air, everything they've tried has worked. They were their own worst enemies on the first possession of the night, but other than that.
Keep an eye out for Dante Miller. Gresham has burned them twice, so they're going to shift their focus to him. Dante is as fast as anybody on the team. He will get open eventually.
Oh.
Jimenez went back there for a deep pass to Dante Miller. I'm not Nostradamus. He was under double coverage, though, and the pass was just overthrown. Good defense there by Shawnee. Number 2, Forrest Reed.
Yeah, that was good coverage because, as you just said, Dante, one of the quickest guys in the state. And we were having some equipment problems, and Mike didn't get to see that play, but
second out of 10.
That was just good defense for the Shawnee Wolves.
Ball at the 33-yard line, and the Tigers in the Shawnee end of the field. Dante Miller. Does that work, David? All right. Dante Miller wide to the left. Wide out to the right is Gresham. Jimenez gets it all going with the kick of the leg.
Ooh, pretty.
Little slick play right there to Brian
Oh,
Booker.
good tackle.
As they do a little slip screen to him, and that's a nice looking play. Going to get Brian about, 7 yards out of it. It'll bring up third down and a long, it's only 6 yards where they spot it, so third down and a long 5, let's call it.
And credit Zane Myers with a good open field tackle, because if he doesn't make it, Brian Booker's going to run for a while. That was well set up, well executed by the Tigers. Just a good defensive play on behalf of Zane Myers.
That's a 165-pound D-back tackling a 210-pound rock-solid tight end. Excellent, excellent open field tackle.
Brian Booker is just a swell-looking athlete, Wally. I'm telling you. High backs in the backfield behind Jimenez. He's back to throw, rolls out to his right. Now he has to look left, runs there. Nice job. Whoop, everybody's corralled him, and he gets loose there. He goes to the right side looking for help.
Oh,
Somebody
he
down
got
the
him.
field. That's Jermaine Gresham. Oh, he touches the football, and he is going to be tackled after he touches it. Can't get a hold of it. Booker was right there, too. It could have been anybody, and we've got a flag back near the line of scrimmage.
You got guys downfield. I'm sure that was such a wild scramble that I'm sure some of the linemen released and were down the field to play.
You can see the flag is laying here at the 41-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was the Ardmore's 38. So a couple guys slipped downfield during Jimenez's mad dash to find some open space.
Yeah, but what kind of athletic ability does Jimenez have just to stay alive, to look down the field, to see Gresham? He actually had Gresham and Booker, but nobody else would have gotten that pass out of there.
Third down and 5 play there, and now we'll look and see what they're exactly right. Too many men down the field, and that he declined to bring up 4th down and 5. Going to see Stephen Lee on here to punt for the Ardmore Tigers.
Big stand there by Shawnee, set up by the open field tackle on Brian Booker. That could have gone for a big first down and put Ardmore closer to scoring yet again.
Shawnee has nobody deep. Lee's punt is up and coming. Gets it end over end. This is going to be a big one. Hits at the 35, but takes a big Ardmore bounce down to the 30 and stops dead right there. The way it came off his foot, I thought it'd be one of those rollers, and got a pretty good bounce out of it. So the Shawnee Wolves now back in near the 30-yard line, and they're into the field. They'll take it over there after the punt.
Well, and the snap was low to Stephen Lee, and he just took his time, saw there wasn't any rush, was able to get a good grip on the football, and got a pretty good kick out of there.
10 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. 14-0. The Ardmore Tigers with the lead, and Shawnee has the football, 1st and 10. They'll split it wide to the left with Cole Parsons.
Tigers are not set up. They're going to have to call the timeout, Mike.
Wide to the right is Clymer.
A lot of confusion on defense, and the first timeout for the Tigers.
We'll take 1-2. 14-0. The Tigers lead it. We're back after this with 10 minutes to play in the first half. You're listening to Tiger Football on Kick'em Country. Oklahoma as the Wolves have it 1st and 10 now at the 30-yard line. Here's the snap. Tucker Brown underneath center, fakes it to his fullback, throws it across the middle. It is caught there in a nice route, and that is going to be Justin Clymer as he catches it. He will be brought to the surface by Robbie Gordon pretty quick, but a big play right there. About 24-yard pickup on the pass play as they get down to the 46-yard line.
Those two guys have quite a chemistry together. That took an absolutely perfect pass because, again, Robert Gordon had blanket coverage, and he just threaded the needle with that when Tucker Brown got a great arm.
We see now why he's such a good quarterback. He has the perfect arm, but as well, he's able to make his reads. He looked at Clymer first. He wasn't open. Checked his other read, went back to Clymer, saw him a little bit open in the middle, made the throw. First down, Shawnee.
1st and 10 at the 46 in Tiger territory now as Tucker Brown sets him down again. He'll hand it off left side to Byron Perry. Perry going to dance a little bit but not get a lot of yardage on the play. Good job by the front defense for the Tigers.
Rushing statistics for Shawnee, not very impressive in this first half. They have not done hardly anything on the ground. They've had some big pass plays, about 3 of them now. Most of their offense coming on those 3 plays.
Andy Mendoza, Chris Odom, Kevin Andrews, and Brian Booker, the front 4 for the Tigers. Probably won't find a better front 4 in Class 5A football as far as just man for man.
No, you won't.
Second down and 11 to go. Flag comes flying. As Tucker Brown gets the ball and retreats. That'll be in a legal motion against the Wolves.
That front 4 for the Tigers is causing a lot of problems on the offensive line of Shawnee. They're getting such good pressure. Shawnee's trying to get out a little early, make their blocks, give Brown a little more time. That time it cost them 5 yards.
Well, and then remember, Brian Booker's occupying 2 guys. He's got number 90, Eugene Young, as well as 53, who is not, I'm sorry, that's Wesley Grant. But they have been on him this entire first half.
Cole Parsons sets the slot wide to the left, wide out to the right is left also is Justin Clymer. Tucker Brown back to throw now in the gun, looks across the middle. Somebody's there, knocked away. The football is in and out of the hands that time. Nice job by Andron Thompson.
Ellis Knight.
Ellis Knight doing a great job there too. Yeah.
Ellis just reached out and touched it, disrupted things between the quarterback, the receiver. That chemistry we've seen between Clymer and Brown. That time Ellis Knight just got a fingertip on it.
Third down 16 now. That's where they spot the ball back on the other end of the field at the 48-yard line. Shawnee back in their own territory.
Brown's got to be getting concerned because he's making throws to open receivers, and by the time the ball gets there, the hole is closed up and there's a defender there. He's going to have to start putting a little more on the ball, or he's going to get one picked off soon.
Frazier wide to the left. Brown in the gun again. Back to throw, throws it across the middle. Nice catch there, and that's Cole Parsons. Cole Parsons gets rocked pretty hard by Andron Thompson, but keeps the ball, and he will have it first down at the 35-yard line in Tiger territory.
And Cole Parsons really proud of himself after that catch. He enjoyed that. He took quite a hit there. Tigers will punish you in the secondary, but again, the passing game for Shawnee has kind of come around as we wind on into this second quarter.
8:35, speaking of the second quarter. 14-0 Tigers lead. Shawnee inside at the 35-yard line, Tiger territory. Tucker Brown back to throw, has another man down in the dirt. No, that's not another man. Actually, it's Cole Parsons again, and they're going to dig in strong on him. Nice defensive effort there by Justin Fields.
Billy, I think we got a break there. I believe that was a catch.
Well, I was just going to say, though, Brian Booker fought through 2 Shawnee Wolves to get pressure on Tucker Brown, and he's the guy that made him hurry the throw. If it was a catch, it was barely a catch. I say that's a tweener. I don't know.
It was a skip. The ball clearly skipped down here field level, and the official was right on it on the other side of the field to call it.
All right, the Storson Sudbury sideline report. Trips out to the left this time for Brown. Duo out to the right. Oh, he falls, but he puts his hand down, keeps from going to the surface, and then got to get some big yardage as he keeps it moving. Breaks a couple of tackles right there. Finally, Brian Booker, the player that has him stopped, just shy of the first down.
That's
marker.
just individual effort. Tucker Brown it was well defended. Tigers are starting to miss some tackles now, though, not wrapping up all the way.
Flag on the play is illegal motion, so that'll do away with all that fancy stuff.
You can see, though, how competitive Tucker Brown is. That was just all on him.
I can see why you could write something like he is their offense on a piece of paper.
On the official scouting report.
Yeah.
For the Tiger coaching staff.
They didn't miss that one, did they? Second down and 15.
Shawnee's getting a little bit unwound here. They obviously did not think the procedure should have been on them. 3 or 4 of their players yakking to the head referee, barking at him with their helmets off. It's obvious Ardmore's got a little bit out of their game plan. It'll be interesting to see if they can get back under control and try to make a first down here now that they're at the Ardmore 40-yard line at 2nd and 15.
They're, really not taking care of one of their best chances so far in the ball game. 14-0, Tigers lead it. Tucker Brown back to throw again across the middle, looking for a receiver down there. And again, that's going to be Cole Parsons. He is going to be met by Ellis Knight, and the ball is going to fly free.
And that was the worst throw of the night for Tucker Brown. Actually threw it behind the receiver. Didn't give him any opportunity. And I believe was that Cole Parsons out there?
Yes, sir. And again, you got to think that Tucker probably is not used to this kind of pressure. If you think, I'm sure in this game against Stillwater he had some pressure, but tonight it just seems like he's been under pressure all night long. 7:58 to go in the first half. 14-0. The Tigers lead it. Ball is at the 39-yard line in Tiger territory. 3rd down 15. Wide to the right sits Justin Clymer. There'll be a slot there and a wing inside. Lone back in the backfield. Tucker Brown from under center rolls out to his right. Has a man and the ball out of bounds. Nice job there by Robbie Gordon, and great catch on the play. That's going to be Justin Clymer making another grab. And Gordon all over him, so impressive offensive play. But that brings up 4th down at about 6 to go.
Interesting to see what the coach for Shawnee will do right here. They've already burned 2 timeouts. Should have 1 remaining in this first half. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, it's 4-down territory in this ball game because it's 14-0, and you know they've gone to the complete pass package here in the last 2 series. So just needing to score right here. Tucker Brown has to get them all set. Gets Byron set behind him. Man in motion is Parsons. Across the middle to throw the football. Caught by Gary Frazier, and Frazier just long enough for the first down there as he gets to the 23-yard line, and just need to get to the 24 for the first down.
And you know, Mike, we talk about Lionel Jimenez, how he's such a field general. You can say the same for Tucker Brown, lining the men up in the proper position, had a guy out of position, moved him over, you know, and just stays level-headed, drops back there, is able to find the receiver, drill it in there, and they got just enough for the first down.
Now that Shawnee has abandoned their run game, at least on this drive, there's more importance placed on the Ardmore defensive line. If they don't get pressure on the quarterback, receivers eventually will get open. They need to get a sack here and stop some of this Shawnee momentum.
1st and 10 at the 23. Man in motion left to right this time is Cole Parsons. They'll hand the counter back to the other side, and he is going to be hit, Justin Bedwell. Bedwell is going to be hit about as soon as he hits the football.
First running play we've seen in a while, and it didn't help him any.
Marquise Booker in there on the stoppage.
44 is Justin Bedwell. He comes out and says, thanks for that, Coach.
Yeah.
Didn't like that call at all.
Why don't we hand a real slow developing counter play back to the biggest guy on the field? 2nd down at 12, 13, and a long 12 to go, let's call it. Ball right at the 26-yard line in Tiger territory.
If you're a Tiger fan, you got to be thinking turnover here. Tigers have been oh so close. They've already been the recipient of 1 turnover in this first half.
Brown takes the snap, right back to the 3. Nope, much more than that as he's got pressure again. This time up in the air and in the air. Knocked the ball down. Great job down there. Defensively, the Tigers secondary is just worn right now. Ellis Knight going up high in the air and knocking the ball away.
Billy Wallace can see through time.
I tell you what, that was an ill-advised throw. I think he thought he was throwing it away, and Ellis Knight is a hard guy to throw the ball away on us. He closed on it, had a chance to bring it down.
Biggest play of the ball game right here.
I would have looked really smart if he'd have brought that ball down. But as it stands, same old dumb guy.
I would have asked you for the lottery numbers for next week down in Texas.
Well, you called the Dante Miller play earlier.
You are right. It's the biggest play of the ball game so far for the Shawnee Wolves. They really need a first down right here. 3rd down and 13. 5:47 to play. Tucker under pressure again, going to tuck it and run, and he'll get close, but no cigar as he gets inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line right there. Nice defensive effort by the Tigers as they close quickly. And that's one thing you got to think about the Ardmore Tigers this year. Defensively, they close faster than a lot of clubs. They're pretty quick on the defensive side of the football. 4th down and 5 to go now.
And now this is officially the biggest play of the first half, I think.
No argument here.
This would probably be a pass play, wouldn't you think? 4th down and
I'd look for number 1 or number 9, but I don't see. They're both lined up to the left side.
One is in the slot. He's in motion now. Left to right comes Parsons. And Tucker rolls right with him. Tucker Brown throws the ball and throws it shy of him. Dragging across the middle is Gary Frazier. Frazier makes the catch. And we have a flag on the field.
Yes.
Storton Sudbury bringing the sideline reports with David Pope.
It's on the other side of the field. I can't really tell what it is watching the officials right now, but the head line judge over there is talking to the white hat right now. We'll see what he does. He hasn't really shown either way, but they're looking towards Ardmore. They're going to call it against Shawnee.
I think Tucker Brown's just over there lobbying for his position there, but it's not going to work.
Perhaps once his football career is over, he'll have a chance of being a politician.
I think really what they're looking at is, and I'll have to get on the line and watch it. I'm not sure that they had 7 men on the line of scrimmage, which would be a motion call. That's what they're talking about on the sideline right now.
Okay, well now officially this is the biggest play of the first half. 3 plays in a row have been the biggest play of the first half.
4th down and 10 to go.
Have a timeout down here for Shawnee.
We'll take one too.
Oh, they're calling on Ardmore.
One left for each squad.
Okay. 14-0 here with 4:56 left to go in the first half. The Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves. You're listening to Tiger Football on Kick'em Country. Back here as the Wolves set it down for a 4th and 10 play at the 23. Tucker Brown rolls out to his right, throws the ball, shot. Nice job right there because he can't throw it anywhere it doesn't get intercepted except for right there, trying to dig it in the dirt.
Good coverage again, Ellis Knight on the really, I think Tucker's favorite receiver, number 9. Who is that?
Justin Clymer.
Justin Clymer. Why can I remember his name? Justin Clymer is who Tucker Brown was looking for. Just great coverage again, Ellis playing a great first half of ball.
That was a 12-play drive from Shawnee, and they looked like they were going to score a number of times, but Ardmore stepped up and made the big stop there at the end. And now they have 1st and 10 at their own 23 with 4:51 left here in the first half.
Bobby, the reason I can remember names so good is that, no, I'm kidding. I was just thinking Clymer, he's a rhymer. And that way you can remember.
Is that what you do?
I do that. I know that's weird, but, you know, some people are right-brained and some people are left-brained.
What are you?
I don't think I'm right down the middle. I think there's a whole 2 segments of mine that doesn't work. Tigers take over 14-0 here. Wide out to the left, and setting there and ready is our good friend and probably the best player we never hardly ever mention is Dante Miller. They'll snap the ball, go to the right side this time. I noticed that the other night, you know, Dante Miller is in on a lot of plays. I mean, Dante catches the ball when he really shouldn't. He never seems to be in traffic when he catches the ball. He's always by himself. I mean, he's a great little receiver.
He's the benefit of Gresham getting all the attention from the defensive coaches. Miller should get more attention, but Gresham gets it, and so he just reaps the benefits of having all that time to himself.
I-backs behind him, and Lionel Jimenez sits him down there. 2nd down and 8 to go at the 25. Back to throw. Jimenez looking deep down the field. This time it is none other than, it's going to be intercepted down there. I was going to say Dante Miller is going to step in front of him, but good defensive effort there by Forrest Reed. Forrest Reed with the
Mark McClain.
That's Mark McClain, 5, right, I'm sorry. Mark McClain going to be the interceptor, and that will give the Wolves a second chance here.
Well, and I have to credit the Shawnee coaches because that's 2 times they've sent Miller out on that fly pattern. Both times he's been covered up. So really, they're not forgetting about Dante.
McClain's had a very solid ball game. Earlier, Ardmore ran a little tight end slip screen to Brian Booker. Looked like he'd go for big yardage. McClain makes a one-on-one open field tackle, and that time he's step for step for Dante Miller, and that's enough in its own right. But then to make the interception on a diving play, that's just a heck of a play by a good defensive back.
Twins wide to the right this time for Tucker Brown as Shawnee once again takes the offensive side of things. They'll send a man in motion right to left, short there. A blocker for Tucker, and Tucker's going to be tripped up there. Nice job defensively coming through there. All the tackle for the Tigers. Up front, the Tigers again have a lot of great players, and slipping through right there is Chris Odom.
And I figured out that Tucker Brown can run sideways as fast as he can front or back. He can go any direction. I don't know how he got out of that mess. Looked like he might come out of it.
Credit to Chris Odom because he had made it through the first wave of defense and looked like he was going to go for a big run. Chris Odom made the shoestring tackle to keep him down to a 5-yard loss in what could have been a big game.
Loss on the play makes it 2nd down and 14. Ball right at the 33-yard line. They'll set them Twins wide to the left and right this time. 4 wide, and Tucker by himself in the backfield underneath center. Brown back to throw, flings it down the field, and right there, that's going to be a yellow flag on the play right there. I'm telling you, that's Gary Frazier out on route. And there's really not a whole lot you can do back there. And Andrew and Thompson they kind of got tangled up there. And sometimes they just call that a no call, but they throw a flag on it.
Yeah, pretty light bump down the field. You got to figure you're going to get one of those. The Tigers have had a couple of calls go their way.
3:11 to play here in the first half. 14-0 Tigers.
Tiger defense didn't get to rest very long, Mike, as Ardmore came out and turned it over offensively too quickly, as their defense was winded after that 12-play drive.
Set the ball right there real quickly, and it'll be 1st and 10, I believe is what they just. The chain gang, they're having trouble convincing them to move. But
chain gang a little slow to react.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Shawnee Club at the 47-yard line. Still in their own end of the field. Tucker Brown this time will take it from the gun. Back beside him is going to be Byron, and he'll go off to the left side. Nothing there. About maybe give him a yard and a half, 2 yards on the carry.
Well, they didn't get much out of it, but you got to run the ball every now and then just to keep that defensive front honest, as they're just been able to pin their ears back and rush the passer all night. So every once in a while you got to try to pop somebody through there and pick up something.
2nd down and 7.
Andy Mendoza and Chris Odom there tackling. 2nd down, 7 to go. Ball at the midfield stride. Twins wide to the right here. Wide out to the left is a lone wide receiver. Lone back behind, man in motion now, left to right. No, just setting up the tight end on this side. And a quick pitch this time to Byron Perry, and they'll be loose inside the 50 to the 45.
Well, Brian Booker just got accosted in the backfield there. Had him by the jersey to keep him from getting in there. He's working again against a double team.
Both you guys are signing holding and a flag and all that. Nothing happens. And
You've got to wonder what it takes to get a holding call here in Pottawatomie County.
I mean,
Booker's losing one arm to his backside. No call, and Perry gets up for a 1st down, the first real running play they've had all night.
wide to the left sits Cole Parsons this time. Out there with him is Justin Clymer. Brown calls for it from the gun. Left side, can't find anything to throw to there. He'll go to his right. Dances outside to the 35-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds there. Nice job on the defensive effort. That's Gerald Fields, number 22, and DeJuan Miles pushing him out of bounds. Get a little rough with him. He didn't like that much.
Tucker Brown is very confident of his own abilities, and it looks like he'll tell you about it, too. Ardmore tackles him out of bounds. He gets up, gets right in the face of the defender that makes the play. You don't want to fire up this Ardmore defense any more than they already are. That could come back and haunt him later on in the game.
2:04 remaining here in the first half. Tigers lead at 14-0. It's been a lot of Shawnee offense, but it'll be a big play and then sputter, 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 sputter. Big play and then sputter, sputter, sputter. I guess that's about the best definition I can give you from my advantage anyway. 2:04 remaining. First half, 14-0 Tigers. Brown back to throw again. Ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Nice job, Kevin Andrews on the play there defensively.
That's a great job just getting your hands up. Tucker Brown, not that big. He's listed 5'10". I don't think he's that tall. And then Kevin Andrews just got him size-wise, reached up, redirected that pass. And, guys, we're just right at the 2-minute mark in the first half. Tigers need to hang on here, hang on to this 2-touchdown lead.
It'd be very important because the offense gets the ball back to start the second half, and it'd be nice to go into the locker room with a 14-0 lead, knowing that you can add on it to start the second half when you've got the ball.
Tucker Brown gets them arranged here. Too wide out to the left. Broad side of the field there. He just stands there, looks for somebody to throw to. Plenty of time. Chris Odom on the pursuit now, and the ball's thrown just inbounds to Gary Frazier as he steps out there with the football. That'll be enough for a first down. Nice play by the Shawnee Wolves.
Well, he had a lot of time. Tucker Brown all day back there. The Tigers didn't get much of a rush on that particular play, as I really think they're just out of gas, guys. They're just trying to hold them out of the end zone any way they can.
They've been on the field almost the entire second quarter since Ardmore's 2 bang-bang touchdowns in the first. And it's obvious they're showing a little wear and tear right now. They're ready for halftime, but they've got a few more plays to keep Shawnee out of the end zone.
Tucker Brown from underneath the center this time. No backs behind him. Quick hit out to the left side. That's Cole Parsons, and Parsons will be tackled pretty quickly. Maybe get to 3-4 yards on the play.
1:45 and counting. Shawnee with 1 timeout remaining, so they have time to try to work this ball closer, at least get a field goal out of this first half.
Second down 7 at the 26 is where they'll spot it. The Wolves break the huddle again. This time Tucker Brown from the shotgun. Right back to throw. Fake pumps there and now throws it to the right side. Good defensive effort there. Coming up in coverage is big number 21, Robbie Gordon.
That was a footsteps drop right there. Cole Parsons went up to make the catch. Heard Robbie Gordon coming in on him pretty quick, let the ball go right through his hands, and then still had to pay the price for it.
Although Robert did just put his helmet right in the middle of that
to the
one
ribs. Yeah.
after he missed the pass.
On your backside, that kind of hurts.
Let him remember that.
Robbie Gordon, you know, we talked about it last night and how much he's grown. Robbie Gordon also a strapping young man in comparison to just a couple of years ago, you know.
Coach Lloyd with what I think is a great timeout to give his defense some rest here before this big third down play.
Minute 20 to go. We'll take a timeout just before the half here. It is the Ardmore Tigers 14, the Shawnee Wolves nothing. Back after this, Tiger football is on Kick'em Country.
We don't have any more timeouts.
Welcome back here as the Shawnee Wolves take a quick snap here. Gun for Tucker Brown, and he's going to be gunned down. Kevin Andrews tackles him for what is going to be a 5, 10, 15-yard loss, and Andrews all over him. Man, what a quick play that was for Kevin Andrews. He's back there unabated.
That's your defensive end outrunning the quarterback. Talk about an athlete.
Ardmore's had pressure up the middle all night long, and Brown's been able to evade it either to his left or to his right. That time he kept looking downfield, had no idea Andrews was closing in on him, and that was a loss of, goodness gracious, 15 yards.
Mark that down as one of your key plays of the game. I promise you right there. That's one of the biggest defensive plays. I remember that one and the one that Marquise Booker had at Ada, the two biggest defensive plays of the season so far.
So now for Shawnee, instead of third or maybe fourth and a little or another first down, they've got fourth down and a sand wedge basically to get a first down. 23 yards here with, as the clock runs, 27 seconds left in the half, and now they'll take a timeout.
You know, you got to think, and we'll keep it here for 26 seconds. You got to think the guys who come and scout this team, they're looking at Jermaine, of course, the big boys looking at Jermaine. But you got to think about all the times that they're sitting there while the defense is on the field thinking, well, Jermaine doesn't play defense. And then all of a sudden, hey, who's that?
Who's that? Who's 33? Who's 65?
Who's 65?
Who's 88?
There you go.
88's double team and shoving two blockers into the backfield.
Right. And, you know, they just got, I mean, you know, they got to see that there's at least 3 or 4 guys up there up front that can play at that next level, you know, just because of their speed.
By the first quarter, you would think, you know, they come into the ball game saying, well, Gresham and then Jimenez can get in the ball. By the second quarter, they're a little worried. By the second half, opposing scouts, they've got to be kind of scared.
Yeah. I think Kevin Andrews is one of those rainmaker guys that people are going to think, well, he's not very big. But then somebody smart's going to say, hey, you know, what's the frame on this kid, you know? This kid is 6'3", got 200 pounds on him right now. If we put 35 pounds on him, he could be a monster.
And it's obvious from the start that the plays he makes, he's a gamer. He just makes plays, and as we've seen so far, makes big plays. You won't see a bigger defensive play in this game, I imagine, than that one right there.
I mean, he's going to surprise some colleges this year. Marquise Booker is not going to surprise anybody because they're going to, if they come look at him, they're going to know what kind of athlete he is because he's already got the size. And, of course, Brian Booker's just going to have to wait a year to get people salivating over him next year. And, you know, your junior year that summer, you get a lot of letters.
Yes,
so, and he'll be collecting a drawer of those. Right back to throw. It's Tucker. Tucker looking down deep, but he overthrows the receiver down there. Good job by Andron Thompson on coverage.
A good job in the backfield with the rush. Kevin Andrews again reached out one hand and hit Tucker Brown just about the time he turned loose of the football.
There are a few nuances that separate defenses that are good defenses from state championship defenses. Ardmore has held Shawnee scoreless this half. They've been on the field for 22 of the last 24 plays in this game, and they still held them, even though Shawnee knocked on the door almost the entire second quarter to make it a closer ball game.
And it's almost halftime, and they'll get a chance to regroup. That is the Shawnee Wolves, but boy, you could just feel some of the air go out of the balloon over here on this side of the field.
Well, I wanted to say congratulations to Brandon Martin for using a college word that I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
Which one
Nuance.
was that? Oh,
Just kidding. He look at me, he's like, what are you doing, hacking me up here? 14 to nothing. It's great to have you this year, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Up the middle, around the end, and over and under the river we go. I'm telling you, the Tigers, they don't have any of that 14 to nothing with 20 seconds. We're not going to do much. They're going to pick up, 15 yards, 14 yards right there. First down in Shawnee Wolves territory now.
They're within range for Jimenez. I would like to think if you've got Jermaine Gresham, you might as well take a shot at the end zone. They might give it a try right here.
They're going to have to hurry as the clock winds down at 7 seconds now. Not everybody's set, but now they are. Jimenez calls for it with the kick, and he'll look to the right side. Run out there, flings it, man, down the field. Gresham is down there. He drops it.
Oh, he had it.
The defender, however, that time, Cole Parsons is going to get in front of it. He actually touches it first. And that's not Cole Parsons, Mike. That's Gary Frazier over there.
I guarantee the levels peaked back at the studio on that one as you had three excited broadcasters.
I thought he was going to catch it. That's going to be the end of the first half of play. Your Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves in Shawnee tonight. 14 to nothing the score at halftime. We're going to come back here. The Mercy Memorial Health Center halftime show is on the way at Kickham Country. At Jim Thorpe Stadium.
Well, I hope the Gatorade guy was kind to the Tigers at halftime because their defense needed a shot of Gatorade. And they look pretty healthy out there on the field, so got to expect them to come out strong.
Remember when you were young and you could spend 10 minutes resting and the next thing you know you could run for an hour? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
Okay, that could never happen. Shawnee will be kicking off here the Secondhand Sports Kickoff, brought to you by Secondhand Sports.
By the way, I was going to tell you, I like Terry Bell's little comment this morning about some days I wake up grumpy. Finish it. Now tell me
some days I let her sleep in. Here's the kick. It is high and back deep. Well, can't get the handle on
Look
it right
out.
there very good, but going to get it now. And that, ooh, man, hit hard. That's going to hurt. That'll leave a mark right there. Jermaine Stubblefield, the returner, but not getting a lot of yards. He'll get it back to the 18-yard line, and he's brought down hard.
That's the first time we've called Jermaine Stubblefield's name all night. Ardmore must be going with a different offensive package, focusing more on big running backs. Stubblefield's the quick little scat back for Ardmore, but they've given the ball more to Jimmy Colbert and Dante Miller. I'm sorry, not Dante Miller. DeJuan Miles. Stubblefield hasn't seen much of the field.
Well, the Tigers will break the huddle there. Number 34, by the way, in there on the tackle against 34 was Jason Perry. Low back behind Jimenez, and he will set him down. Wide receiver out to the left and right. He's going to hand it to that long back. Jimmy Colbert breaks loose at the 25, across the 30, fights through a tackle there to the 34-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and they're going to back it. They say, where did he step out of bounds? I can't see the sideline from here. Looks like somewhere around the 34-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down for the Tigers. What a great run by Jimmy Colbert.
Tigers have used that play all night. They actually look like they're going to give it to Jimmy going to the left side. Then it's like a misdirection play. He just cuts it back to the right, gets a good block on the end, and they've gotten big yardage off of that. And he's perfect for that style of attack because he reads his blocks so well and he's so patient he's able to find those holes.
Jermaine Gresham sits wide out to the left. Eye backs behind Lionel Jimenez. First and 10. Takes the snap, fakes it to Colbert. He'll go left side. Jimenez dances outside, a tackler there, cuts up inside, through a couple of tacklers across the 40-yard line to the 42-yard line, and Lionel Jimenez going to pick up about 7 yards on the carry. It'll bring up second down and 3.
And Lionel Jimenez says, hey, Mr. Brown, I can do that too, as he takes it down and runs really the first try of the night when he wasn't running for his life, on a pass play. That time a designed rollout to the left side, and Lionel can run pretty well. We saw him last year all season long, would come in and really excite things when he entered the ballgame.
Makes good moves, good solid cuts, and protects the ball as he gets hit. Just very, very solid. Not trying to do too much. Just take the yardage he's given, go down, and let the next play happen.
Give him 8 yards on the carry. Second down and 2 from the 42-yard line now where the ball's spotted. Wide out to the right is big Jermaine Gresham. And the big one out there by himself. I-backs in the backfield behind Jimenez. Lionel takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back this time. Colbert up the middle, left side. And that's going to be enough for another first down as he picks up 4 across the left side. Good job there by the front line as they get a lot done there with the explosion off the line of scrimmage.
Go ahead.
Unbelievable push by the offensive line. Every single defender pushed back at least 3 yards. By the time contact was made, the first down was already there. Just a great push from the line.
Well, that's what I said earlier. You got to feel good if you're a running back and you get up after the tackle. You look up and your center is 5 yards farther down the field than you. Stuart Hoffman blowing down the field.
Stu! First and 10, 46-yard line.
We've got to start that chant.
That's right. Lone back in the backfield, that's Colbert. He'll come up to block as Jimenez is going to throw the ball out to Gresham. Gresham catches it to 48, dances around there, gets forward now, a couple of steps, gets through 2 tacklers, and he is going to be tackled now at the 45 in Shawnee territory, and a flag comes flying in late.
I believe that's going to be face mask on Shawnee.
And, you know, Jermaine was 1 step from coming out of that and going down the sideline. 1 extra defender over there to get on him, or he would have been gone.
Slippery dude. David Polk is with the Stortson Sudbury sideline report.
That 1 extra step was shut down because of that face mask that you guys are talking about up there, because he did have plenty of daylight to go, and Shawnee probably, you hate to say it, was a little wise in association with what they did there.
Additional yardage after that, and now what are we going to do here? We're going to spot the football with the chains. Is that what he's doing?
That's what he's doing.
How do you like that Stortson Sudbury report?
David, have they abandoned the signal system they were trying to initiate last week against Durant? It looks like Jimenez is having to go to the sideline after every single play to get the call in from the bench.
Well, he's going to that right now. He's done it, as he said this week when we talked to him, he really just wanted to do some things to kind of throw some wrinkles at Shawnee to make them be a little more concerned about it. They all still have their wristbands on, and at any time he can go to it, but right now Lionel will come over here as long as they're doing well. I'm wondering, guys, I can't see the rosters up there. How many of Shawnee's guys are going 2 ways? So they've been on the field a long time.
Too many, probably, at this juncture.
Even though they ran a lot of offensive plays, they're not leaving the field either. So that's not to their advantage.
They don't, you know, they really don't have a lot of guys doing that as far as the starters, but the starters, what we have marked, are really not what's happening, because you see number 7 out there, Gary Frazier. He's listed as just a strong safety, but he has been a running back many plays in this ball game. So we really can't tell by looking at the rosters that they sent us.
It looks like they are basically a 2-platoon team as
But
well
they're
as
pretty
Ardmore.
much.
Not too many guys on both sides of the ball.
By looking at that, but then you do see some guys out there quite a bit. IMAX behind Jimenez, 1st and 10, ball at the 30. He's going to hand it off, and this time going to have to dance around and find some room, as the backfield is full of blue jerseys. And a good job there on the carry by Jimmy Colbert.
Well, and that won't make the highlight reel, but without Jimmy's ability there, that's a loss. And he's able to get back up to the line of scrimmage because too much penetration for Shawnee. That was probably the poorest blocks play the Tigers have had all night, and yet Jimmy was able to sidestep a couple of tacklers and get it back up to the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, about 9.5 to go. Ball at the 28-yard line in Shawnee territory for the Tigers. They will break the huddle. Jermaine Gresham will be wide out to the right. Trips the fun bunch out there to the right this time. Haven't seen that a lot this year. In motion out of that is going to be Miller, and he will go down the right sideline.
There's a flag.
Ball is going to be thrown up there and outside of the reach of the defender.
Mike, that's going to be on Dante Miller. In arena football, you can go towards the line of scrimmage for the ball is snapped, but in a regular 11-man football out here on the green grass, you cannot go forward towards the line of scrimmage before the ball is snapped. Miller got a little greedy, turned upfield, and that's why they're going to get flagged for procedure.
And this first possession of the second half for the Tigers feels a whole lot like their first possession in the first half. They were moving crisply down the field and hit a roadblock, and that roadblock is themselves. They're their own worst enemies right now.
It does familiarize yourself with the first drive. Is that what are you looking back? Is that what you're saying?
I'm flashing back.
Flashing back already. 9:20. That sounds like a Sonic commercial. By the way.
Hey, they declined that penalty down there. They moved down to 3rd down.
It is 3rd and 9, David. Thank you so much. The Stortson Sudbury sideline report. 28-yard line is where the Tigers will have it. Jimenez puts things in motion with the kick of the leg from the gun. To the left, moves it to the right. He'll throw it. And that is a great catch there by Jermaine Gresham. He's going to be pushed out of bounds far side of the football field and by a host of the Shawnee Wolves. First there on the tackle defensively is Justin Bedwell.
Unfortunately, there's a penalty flag, and he came from the line judge again right at the start of that play.
We may have a problem with the alignment as far as who's on the line and who's off the line. Tigers have struggled with that a couple of times this year. And the motion against the Tigers. I'll bring all that back.
That was on your side of the field back there. Guy just moved a little early.
He's got to cut that out. We're going backwards, guys. We had a negative drive in the first half, and that's what this one's turning into. Although this one started at Ardmore's, on 20-yard line.
Third down, 14 to go now. The ball back to the 33. It was originally at the line of scrimmage, the 28-yard line. So that will be your down marker and where they need to go. 9:20 to go in the third quarter of play. The Ardmore Tigers lead at 14-0, and they do own the football. Third down and 14 from the 33 in Shawnee's territory.
Coach Lloyd working on the head linesman over there.
Austin Williams wide to the right here. Dante Miller and Jermaine wide to the left. Gresham sits in the slot there. Football is rolled back to Jimenez. He picks it up, going to get in trouble and then get out of trouble.
Face mask. That'll be 15.
That's going to be a first down.
That's going to be on Gary Frazier as he comes across the face there and grabs hold of the mask.
That is a break for the Tigers, possibly.
Depending on how hard Jimenez was hit.
Oh, he turned him around.
That's got to be a 15-yard face mask.
Has to be.
Even in Shawnee.
Careful now. It's a long walk to the parking lot, buddy.
I'll turn off the lights quickly. No, I'm kidding.
You can tell the rookie has got a thing or two to learn on the road, but that's all right. Stay aggressive, young man.
They did give it 15, though, and the crowd doesn't like it.
So that's going to give the Ardmore time. Well, you know what? The Tigers still would have had better field position had they not jumped off. Anyway.
This is one of those possessions. I'm glad I'm not the stat guy, having to keep track of where this thing started and the line of scrimmage on every particular play.
That'll bring up third down and 8, but it'll also bring up a Tiger timeout because Coach Lloyd's wanting to talk to these guys with striped shirts on. 8:59 to go, third quarter. The Ardmore Tigers 14, the Shawnee Wolves nothing. You're listening to Tiger football on Kick'em Country. To nothing. 8:59 to go in the third quarter, and a third down now after they get it all washed out. Third down and 8 at the 27-yard line. Some question here in the booth down on the field about whether or not they marked it off properly, and it should be a first down for Ardmore. But the officials are obviously clueless of that fact, and that's where the Tigers will stand it. Third down and a long 8 to go, and they throw the ball down. Ooh, bounces off of a player, and a great job by was that off the shoulder pad? What is that? Jermaine Gresham off the hands. Jermaine Gresham catches the football after the tip there,
that was
and that'll be a first down.
Gary Frazier in a blue jersey. He bounced off of Frazier, and
right through
Jermaine was there to rebound. He's used to rebounding, just went up higher than everybody else.
At the end of the first half, Gresham had a chance for a touchdown off a rebound and let it slip through. This time he keeps the drive alive by catching the ricochet off the hands of Gary Frazier.
14-0, 8:53 to go, and the Tigers with the lead. Austin Williams comes wide to the right. Jermaine Gresham sets wide to the left out there with him. Dante Miller in the slot. Jimmy Colbert, the lone back beside Jimenez. Lionel takes the snap, and he'll roll that way. Little shuttle pass forward to Colbert, and Jimmy keeps it going, keeps his legs going. Going to pick him up about, 7 yards on the carry. Oh, crickets. Be careful. I'm not afraid of those. 14-0 as they're going to spot the ball about a 6-yard carry there. It'll be second down and 4.
Jimmy running left. He is so good at getting his shoulders square and getting downfield. Looks like not going to be much there, but he's able to duck under that first tackler, just get square, puts his head down, keeps driving. He's a good, solid tailback.
Very good. And Ardmore gives the opponents trying to scout them a lot to think about. That time they brought out the old Utah shuttle pass. Goes for 6 yards. Just another wrinkle in this very elaborate, very good offensive scheme.
Utah. We're the Flying Elvises. Utah chapter. Ibacks in the backfield. Jimenez hands it to the deep back this time, right side. That's going to be enough right there for DeJuan Miles to get in for the touchdown. Tigers.
Big block downfield, number 72 for the Tigers.
That would be Tommy Fitzgerald.
Tommy, the last man about the 2-yard line, just knocked him into the end zone, freed things up. And, boy, that was a make-a-statement drive right there for the Tigers.
Really like DeJuan Miles' new role with the Tigers. He's the crusher. He gets the ball, short yardage situation, and down in the goal line. On to kick the PAT is Kelby Price. Austin Williams will hold it. Deep snapper is Keith Todd. Here's the kick. It is up and long enough. It's good enough. And gosh darn it, we like it. It is 21-0. The Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves 8:05 to go in the third quarter. And we're back after this. You're listening to Tiger Football on Kick'em Country. Shawnee alongside Billy Wallace, Brandon Martin. I'm Mike Weber, David Polk on the sideline, and Jiminy Cricket somewhere in here. It is 21-0. The Ardmore Tigers with the lead, and the second-hand sports kickoff coming your way. Kelby Price gets the foot into it, and it is going to be short, but picking it up on the run here is Gary Frazier. Frazier gets across the 25-yard line. Frazier going to be taken down by Foreman. Now, Frazier, not much running room right there. The Ardmore Tigers stopping pretty quickly here. They'll ball at the 28, let's call it.
Brought down by Stephen Lee there, Mike. Stephen Lee, 6'2", 180, a senior. Has played well on special teams all year, played good defensively.
Punts the football. He's really a great athlete. Stephen Lee is
all-around good guy.
All-around good guy. Yeah, he is, really. Wide out to the left is Cole Parsons, and setting wide is Justin Clymer. Offset backfield. Oh, Tucker Brown in trouble, and he's running for his life there. Going to be tackled. He throws the ball away and out of bounds. Nice job there. Kevin Andrews on the hunt. But first, Brian Booker started it all by spinning him around. Hey, let's check that Valero Easy Shop scoring drive. Here's Brandon Martin.
We talked about at halftime how Ardmore needed to come out and have a good, solid ball control drive. It doesn't get more solid than this. 8 plays, 80 yards. Took 4 minutes and 47 seconds off the clock. Ardmore had 4 first downs in the first half. My precise calculations say they had 4 on that drive alone, and it's now 21-0.
7:50 remaining in the third quarter. Tucker Brown underneath center this time. He's got 3 out to the wide side. Now he'll back up from the gun. He'll accept the ball here. Just a little handoff, dive play. New is the front line of the Tigers defense. Going to make it tough in there.
That's not going to work. Marquise Booker, DeJuan Miles stuffing that thing up.
David Polk mentioned at halftime that Ardmore just goes about its business, gets things taken care of. They're starting to feel pretty good about themselves right now. You can hear them hollering after the hits. You can see them making signs saying push the offense back, and they're just having fun out there right now.
Purcell is leading the Davis Wolves 14-10 at the start of the third. Brought to you by the Daily Ardmorite and David Seeley. We're going to bring everything to everybody from everything. 7-17, and we appreciate it. I do not mean to make light of it. Tucker Brown across the middle. Oh, ball caught right there by Gary Frazier. And Frazier gets it to the 45-yard line. Coming up on the defensive side of things there is Andron Thompson. Also defensively in defense is Jared Fields, and they're doing a pretty good job right there. You can't beat a guy who can throw it, a guy kind of a little stair step and throw it high and know when to do that, and Tucker Brown can do that. Frazier doing a good job of stepping up there and with the little leap and catching it. Tucker from the gun. He'll roll out to his right. Rolls out hard, looking for some place to go now, and they're going to get sacked up right there. Kevin Andrews on the tackle.
Good job of containment. Tiger defense left side, just holding him out there. Everybody staying in their lane, not letting him get outside, getting a really big play, turning him back into where there's more traffic. And he does pick up 4 yards, but that's the kind of run he's been breaking all season long where he gets down the sideline, takes it for a big one.
Hey, these defensive ends work about as good as any defensive ends you want to see. Kevin Andrews doing a good job right there. He's in there turning the play back. And on the chase after he sees where the play is going is Brian Booker, and he's in there on the tackle as well. So just a great job for the defense for the Tigers. 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard gain on that. One lone back about 8 yards deep in the backfield. He'll get the fake and Tucker back to throw. Brown flings it out there. He lets it go well before he's ready, and Robbie Gordon down on the defense. The intended receiver is down, looks injured. That's Justin Clymer.
And Mike, credit your bookend defensive ends again. Brian Booker, Kevin Andrews, both back in the backfield hurrying Tucker Brown, where he hurried him right into making a poor throw.
Not injured, just hurt on the play, and Clymer back up and in the huddle. 3rd down now, 6 to go. Ball at the 49-yard line, still in Shawnee territory. 21-0, the Tigers lead it at 6:02 in the 3rd quarter. In motion comes Parsons. Tucker, long snap count. Brown now rolls out with the football, throws it into the flats over there to Gary Frazier, and Frazier going to be wrapped up quickly. Nice job by Robbie Gordon. No, check that. That's going to be Jared Fields. I'm telling you, Jared is a pretty quick secondary coverage guy,
and Marquise Booker didn't hurt him any either.
Well, he might have hurt.
You got your linebacker out there running with the wide receivers.
When Frazier caught that ball, he had one man to beat to get a first down. He was pretty close, and Jared Fields made just a solid total wrap-up tackle to keep him from getting anywhere near that marker after he made the catch. Great play.
4th down, 3 to go at the 47. Here is the punt. Bunky Fincher to do that. Nice high punt there. Down there is Robbie Gordon calling for the fair catch inside the 20 at the 19.
That's about the same spot Tigers started last time.
And the Tigers will have it right there again. Want to invite you to the Coaches Show tomorrow. It's at the Prairie Kitchen in Ardmore. The Prairie Kitchen, a great place for breakfast. Actually, a great place for any kind of meal, morning, noon, and night.
Absolutely.
The Prairie Kitchen.
One of my favorite places, by the way. Really is.
I've seen you in there a couple of times. You ought to come to the Coaches Show sometime.
Love that pepper steak with okra. I recommend it highly.
It's never too early for pepper steak, even at 8:30 in the morning.
I'm ordering that tomorrow just to make it.
If you order it, they'll fix it. I promise you.
Or try the triple option: chicken fingers, cheese sticks, French fries.
Hey, and that's not written down anywhere. You guys just.
I've had it a few times. Deep fried goodness.
Good deal. Lone back in the backfield.
You guys are talking breakfast. I was
10.
thinking tonight. If we hurry.
Yeah, if we hurry, we get there. Morning, noon, or night. Left side, this is Jimmy Colbert on the carry, and Jimmy's going to be brought down hard by Jared Bedwell. Now flags are going to fly after a little extracurricular.
That's going to be number 7, Frazier. He just threw an elbow, and just depends on what the White Hat wants to do. He may be gone.
Shawnee getting really frustrated out there. Is it just me, guys? Are you a little surprised that Shawnee didn't go for it there at midfield, 4th and 4, already down 21-0? I mean, I don't know if I want to punt it back to Ardmore again. They just went on a 6-minute drive.
They've had some success with those intermediate short routes. It is surprising that they didn't go for it, but they've punted now. They're starting to unravel a little bit. George Frazier, little extracurricular elbows being thrown, and he's heading to the sideline. That might be all she wrote for his night.
Actually, that's George's cousin Gary.
Gary.
He didn't show that he didn't show that he threw him out there, did he? He just marked 15 off.
No, the coach brought him off.
Billy mentioned George Foreman earlier, and I just fell apart.
Frazier Foreman. Frazier. Hey, actually, it should be Frazier Ali.
You're talking about the Prairie
Frazier.
Kitchen. You got him sidetracked.
Talking
about the Prairie Kitchen. Well, this could be really fun. The Tigers punch this one in. It's feeling good time if you're an Ardmore Tiger fan, and I'm telling you, they come home next week. You better pack the house. This is a special team.
First 10, 38.
Every seat needs to have somebody in it, or a couple of people in it maybe.
Bring the kids.
Bring your friends in. Jermaine Gresham, the big one, wide to the right. Lionel Jimenez underneath center. Ooh, right through fray of things, and a big tackle by big number 9 Eugene Young.
Defensive tackle just got loose there, missed block out on the end. And one of few times they've had penetration in the backfield and a minus yardage play for the Tigers. They have not had many of those tonight.
Billy, Eugene Young is a 6'4" senior, about 190, 195 pounds, and really gets through there nice. It looks nice at the defensive end position himself. Second down 15 now for the Tigers. Lionel Jimenez brings the ball in, or brings the play in. Sets the ball, sets at the ball. The line of scrimmage is the 33. Jimenez back to throw, flings it deep. Jermaine's going to have to go get it. Oh, in and out of his hands.
It was there. That was an absolutely perfect pass. You can't throw it better than that.
Gosh darn.
It looked like
Just
Gresham, as he was streaking down the sideline, his feet got ever so tangled. It caused his arms to swivel. Ball went right through his hands in what would have been a touchdown because
Jermaine's looking at his gloves.
Adam Betterton was not going to catch him if he makes that play.
He's looking at his gloves like, where did I get these things?
Yeah, these aren't mine.
Give me some stickers.
I need a new battery.
They're way too little.
I just like the word swiver.
Yeah,
Swiver. That's cool.
Tongue-tied, it's fun.
it's another one of them college words.
See what
That might have been a Saturday night college word.
Is this what hazing is like in the booth?
Third down and 15. The honeymoon is over, Brandon. They're going to let him carry up the left side this time, and a nice job there is Jimmy Colbert going to get back to the original line of scrimmage plus. So it's still going to be fourth down, but it's not fourth down in that long. It's about 4th and 8 now. So the Tigers will elect a punt here with 3:33 to go in the third quarter. Tigers lead at 21-0.
Shawnee definitely dodged a bullet.
Stephen Lee on to punt for the Tigers. Back deep is going to be number 8, Tucker Brown, and he'll get the punt at the 30 to the 40. Tucker takes it to the 45 and up to the 48-yard line. And Tucker Brown is going to be tackled right there.
That's Bo Talley.
Bo Talley, number 23.
Clotheslined him a bit there. Just got it. Looked like he hit a shoulder pad as he flew by and knocked him off balance, just enough to knock him down.
3 minutes and 12 seconds to play, and we've got a timeout on the official to spot the ball, nonetheless. Is it, I didn't see a signal. Are they giving us a TV timeout? We'll take a 30. Back after this, the Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves 21-0. 3:12 to play in the third quarter on Kick'em Country. Football contest, 21-0. The Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves. They have the ball 1st and 10. Tucker Brown has already got them to the line of scrimmage as Ardmore stays huddled up over there in the timeout a little bit longer than Shawnee. Now they'll join them out on the field, and it'll be Tucker Brown underneath center. Moves his big tight end to the right side. That's Eugene Young. Tucker Brown fakes the handoff and rolls. Whoop, he's got to roll the other way there. Nice defensive effort on the play, and then coming back and making the tackle after turning him back inside. Good job defensively by the Ardmore Tigers. That's Marquise Booker.
Well, and again, great containment. He's getting some yardage in the middle, but he's not getting the backbreaker play where he gets out to the sideline, outruns everybody, because Ardmore's successfully turning him back into the field to play.
Marquise turns him in right there and then goes back and tackles him from behind. I like the speed. Second down 7, 49-yard line in Tiger territory are the Shawnee Wolves.
I guess a guy like Tucker Brown, he's going to have some good plays. You just try to limit how bad he hurts you, and so far the Tigers have been able to do that.
Tucker Brown from the gun this time, and he'll have his own brand of the trips out to the right side. 2:29 and the clock ticking. Third quarter. Brown across the middle finds an open man there. Ooh, has trouble catching it, but he does. Nice job there defensively by Ellis Knight coming up and making the stop after about maybe only a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up third down and somewhere around 4 to go.
Interesting play call there. Shawnee definitely trying to make something happen. They made a throw over the middle, and it looked like they're going to try the old hook and ladder play with Byron Perry coming across the sideline. Fortunately for Ardmore, the ball was bobbled as it was being caught and no time to make the pitch to Perry, who would have had a lot of room to run had the pitch been made.
They set the ball outside the 46-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 5 now, so only really a couple of yards on the play right there. Wide to the left, sets Frazier. In the slot there is Perry. Tucker Brown takes the snap, quarterback draw, and he's on his pony to the right side. He has the first down just barely, stripped up and out of bounds across the way there.
Going to bring that one back.
Little holding.
DeJuan Miles, the defender on that particular play, with the flag on the field.
And boy, Tucker Brown just slithers along, doesn't he? Now that is a word, isn't it? Slithers?
Slithers works. Swiver does not, slither does.
But he just slithers along and picks up yardage. But again, Ardmore has kept him from really making the big play.
Swiver is when you slither and swivel at the same time.
We'll talk to Mr. Webster, get Funk and Wagnall on the phone and get that one in there.
Here's your Webster. Third down is going to turn into
longer
10. Third and a long 10, maybe 11 to go. They should spot the ball at the 49-yard line, but it looks like he's standing inside that over there. So third down and 11 at the 48, let's call it. 132 on the third.
And if they don't pick it up on third down, I predict they'll go for it this time on fourth down.
I would think so.
I was surprised that they didn't on their last possession.
They're probably not looking to make the first down on this play, just trying to make it a little bit closer, a little bit easier than fourth and long. Maybe have something like 4th and 2 or 3 if they don't get it all in one play.
21-0, and the ball is going to be, well, Tucker Brown is going to run into Byron Perry, and then
fumble.
The ball is going to be loose, and I think the Ardmore Tigers said they have it. Now the official says
Brian Booker's got it.
Tiger football. Well, nobody's going to take it away from him, I'll guarantee that.
Brown was run down from behind, and I believe it was Brian Booker who stripped him and then went and got the football. Another big defensive play. We saw a big one in the first half by Kevin Andrews. This time, the defensive end on the other side, Booker, involved in it.
Nothing brings a bench alive more than a big defensive play. And, I mean, the whole Ardmore sideline, the fans, the bench, they're all going nuts over their flags, waving. It's a good time to be an Ardmore Tiger football fan.
21-0. The Tigers have the football in Shawnee territory at the 44-yard line. 1 minute 6 to play in the third. Tigers will break the huddle. Dante Miller wide to the left. Jermaine Gresham in the slot that side as well.
Got a new
Offset
tailback.
backfield.
Jermaine Stubblefield in the ball game.
Stubblefield dots the I. Jimenez underneath center. Quick pitch to Jermaine. Left side, Jermaine quickly across the 40-yard line. Down to about the 37 is where he's brought down. So give him about a 7-yard gain, 7.5-yard gain right there on the play. And it'll bring up second down and a 3-yard distance to go.
And I think that's a great substitution as they bring Stubblefield in, as he's kind of the flash guy back there. And Ardmore's just been pounding on him in the second half with Jimmy Colbert and the big package, and now they put in the speed guy just about the time Shawnee down a little bit after they're not able to convert on a couple of possessions at midfield, and Ardmore looking for the home run threat now.
29 seconds with the clock ticking. Miller wide to the right here. Gresham in the slot, the right side. I-backs again behind Jimenez. Jimenez hands it deep, and once again, it's going to be a first down as they hand it to Stubblefield up to the 30-yard line. He'll get there. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The clock stops at 14 seconds.
What's really has to be disheartening for Shawnee is, like Billy mentioned, a new tailback in Jermaine Stubblefield. He's fresh. He hasn't been in there. You have a very tired Shawnee defense, and all of a sudden you've got a guy with a full tank of gas in the backfield, and he's really hard to bring down, even though he is the smallest of the backs.
Well, they're tired and they're also frustrated. So you're overplaying. Sometimes you're trying too hard. You're trying to inflict pain on somebody or something.
Also on the tackle is number 91, Justin Haddix.
14 seconds on the clock, and an injured player going to be helped off the field here. And this Justin Haddix, one of the tacklers on that last play. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 30.
That doesn't look good.
Just outside the 30. Tigers lead at 21-0 as they rip the arm around and start the clock with 9 seconds to go. And the Tigers will wait till it blows the horn on the 3rd quarter. So we have it going into the 4th and final quarter here. Your Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves 21-0. You're listening to Tiger Football on Kick-'em Country. Lead it as we start the 4th and final quarter of play tonight. 12 minutes on the clock, and the Tigers with the football. Jimenez will set him down in the offset eye with 2 out to the right side wide. Lionel back to the right side here with Jermaine Stubblefield. He'll have a 1st down plus as he gets inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. He's out of bounds somewhere around the 15. I think it's just inside the 15-yard line. That's where they'll spot it.
And that guy just has another gear that a lot don't have, and a lot of good ball carriers for the Tigers, but Stubblefield he's scary every time he touches the football.
Stubblefield and his bright red cleats just flying around the right end. The whole side of the Shawnee defense caved in by Big Tommy Fitzgerald.
Well,
that even had the coaches high stepping on the side.
I'm telling you, when you watch the replay, watch the line of scrimmage. The entire night it's been moving. Tigers are working hard up front, starting to really pay off.
And you can watch that replay on Cable 1 Channel 17. Sports Network, the Varsity Sports Network of Ardmore, will be playing that back Tuesday night at 8 p.m., Wednesday at noon, Thursday night at 7 on Channel 17 Cable. Right side, not a lot there, just kind of leaning on the line, trying to get outside of them. Not much yardage to be gained on that particular play.
That was the fullback, Keith Todd. Pretty well read by the Shawnee defense. They have not thrown in the towel yet. Would like to hold the Tigers out. Still 21-0. Uphill battle, but not as big an uphill battle as it will be if it's 28-0. So you got to credit that Shawnee defense for hanging tough.
2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line.
All right, sir.
It's a show. Now we got a show going.
My dad's making fun of me.
21 zip. Tigers lead it. Jimenez sets him down on the eye. Gresham in the slot to the left. Miller wide to the left. Across
Touchdown.
the middle, that's Jermaine Gresham. Touchdown, Tigers.
And how comfortable is Lionel Jimenez? He knew he had it all the way. Gresham all by himself. Lionel just had the perfect touch. And, you know, so easy to overthrow or underthrow when you got a guy open. But Lionel is just so comfortable back in that pocket. And, again, great protection from the offensive line.
So with 10:55 to play, the Ardmore Tigers take a 27-0 lead. Keith Todd now will be on to do the long snapping. Austin Williams will be the holder, and
Whoop.
the ball is going to be blocked this time. Toby Price didn't have much of an opportunity right there. And so that negates the PAT. 27-0, Ardmore Tigers lead at 10:55 to play in the contest. We'll return. Ardmore Tigers up on Shawnee, 27-zip on Kick-'em Country. the clock is getting ready to tick here as Price will get his toe into it. He's going to send it deep, and it'll bounce one time. Whoop, touched up in the air. Now with it, Gary Frazier pulls it down and takes off. Oh, come flying in there. Sacrificed your body.
Whoa.
And there's another one right here. These guys are hitting. The Ardmore Tigers act like they're tied up at 7 with 10:43 to play. Great job on the coverage there. The special teams just wanted to get in a whack. Was that Austin Williams come flying in there?
Stubblefield, I think, just hurled his body in there to try to get the pile to go down.
I just saw Austin Williams laying down like he had been part of the deal right there. Also coming in there is Andron Thompson, and he'll hit you too. So the Ardmore Tigers looking good on special teams tonight as they cover quickly. Ball will be right at the 21-yard line, maybe to the 22, 1st and 10 for the Shawnee Wolves. Spread the field with trips to the right side here. A single wide out to the left. Tucker Brown throws it across the middle. That's Frazier on the catch, and Frazier's got enough for about 6 yards. Defense collapses pretty quick right there.
And Ellis Knight again punishing Frazier. Frazier going to need a whirlpool in the morning. Tiger secondary can hit you. They might give you a yard or two here and there, but you'll pay for it.
Yes, you will.
10-14 to play, 27-0. Now we got flags all over the place. Let's check with the Valero Easy Shop scoring drive. Brandon?
Thanks, Mike. What will eventually probably be called the backbreaker drive for the Ardmore Tigers covered 44 yards in 5 plays. It took 2 minutes and 11 seconds. The first 24 yards were taken by Jermaine Stubblefield off the bench on 4 different rushes. The final play, 20 yards from Lionel Jimenez to Jermaine Gresham, 27-0. Ardmore leads with 10:09 left to play in the game here in Shawnee.
I believe that's 3 touchdowns for Gresham. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Valero's Easy Shops scoring drive. Thank you so much. 2nd down, 9 to go. Ball at the 23-yard line. Tucker is going to tuck it, and he will go maybe a couple of yards, and that's it. Now flag's going to fly as we have probably quite a bit of frustration and talking out there.
That was on the Ardmore Tigers that time.
Okay, not frustration, just talking.
Just joy, possibly.
Just joy coming out all over the place.
Uncontrolled joy there.
Joy's breaking out all over the field here. 27-0. That'll be enough for a 1st down. Big mark off against the Tigers. Unsportsmanlike. David Polk is on the sideline with the Storts and Sudbury sideline report.
Sorry.
Hey, old David.
Yeah, I'm down here. I'm sorry. Booker just got a little carried away there. Number 90 from Shawnee has done a whole lot of talking to him, and he finally got frustrated.
He's done a lot of jersey holding too tonight.
Yes, he has.
You got to hold on to him if you're going to talk to him. 1st and 10. Tucker Brown under fire. Throws it up in the air and right in the middle field. Byron Perry catches it. He will dance to the right side, but not get much past where he did. Now we got another flag coming in here. Good defensive effort after the catch as Jared Fields was on the tackle. And I don't know what this flag's for, but it's awfully late. We'll see what's going on.
That was a late hit on number 53 for Shawnee, or 54. He came in after the play. No, 53 away from the play and just absolutely wiped one of our defensive guys down the field out. So
now we go back the other way, 15.
Wesley Grant on the infraction.
It will be a 1st down, but they'll back him up 15.
A lot of emotion out there, as we said earlier. A lot of frustration. Tigers just want to finish this thing up, not get anybody hurt. Go play Duncan next week at home.
27-0 right now, 9:28 to play here in Shawnee. The Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves, and Shawnee yet to get to Ardmore's end of the field here on this drive, and now there'll be penalty. Where they won't get there, back to the 46-yard line. 9:25 remaining. Brown back to throw across the middle.
Knocked down by DeJuan Miles. Linebacker position, reached up, just swatted that away. Looked like a volleyball. He was at the net.
That's going to leave it at second down and 10. Ball still right around the 47-yard line. Nine minutes, 18 seconds on the clock here. Tucker Brown from the gun. He'll accept it there and roll out to his left. Marquise Booker on the chase. Flings it down the field, and it's well overthrown there. Intended receiver is Cole Parsons, and running stride for stride with him, a couple of Ardmore Tiger defenders, including Ellis Knight.
And Justin Fields was elbow to elbow with him. Good coverage, as we have seen. Number one, Mr. Parsons, make some big catches tonight for Shawnee, but not that time.
Tucker Brown will see Marcus Booker in his dreams tonight. He has been chasing him down all over the field on just about every play that he's dropped back to pass.
Well, and I like the way at the end of that play, Marquise not going to pick up a penalty, but just slapped him on the shoulder pad right at the end of the play after he released the ball to let him know he was there. I didn't sack you, but I'm right here. I'm a step away.
And I'll be back.
Tucker again, the snap.
Oh!
Ball thrown and knocked away that time to DeJuan Miles. Intended receivers Gary Frazier across the middle. Nice defense.
DeJuan Miles has touched the football twice on this possession for Shawnee.
Boy, you got to like the Tiger defense. It's just so quick. They close so quickly on plays. And it's hard to judge that on film when you're looking at them during a week. 27-0. Tigers with the lead at 9:08 to play in the game. Here's Bunky Fincher to punt it and down deep there, and going to catch it, fair catch it at the 25-yard line. That's Robbie Gordon, and it'll be 1st and 10 there for Ardmore.
I bet you see a whole lot of ground game right here from the Ardmore Tigers. 9 minutes left. This one probably put away 27-0. Chance to work on the running game. That offensive line has played great all night. No reason for them to let up now.
Tigers will break the huddle. No, they won't. They're going to break the huddle and go over to the sideline. It's going to be a timeout on Shawnee. We'll take 1-2. 9 minutes to play in the ball game. It is Tiger 27, Wolf nothing. Back after this on Kick 'em Country. Lionel Jimenez sets him down at the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the Tigers. Pitches it out to the right side and quickly up to the 30-yard line there. Nice 4-yard gain. Jermaine Stubblefield is a scat back, is the best thing I can think of to call him, because he does get it done pretty quickly.
Boy, Gary Frazier for Shawnee, really slow to get up. He has taken a pounding. Playing wide receiver for them, and Ardmore secondary has beat on him pretty good. Now he's playing defensively and really slow getting up that time around.
27-0, the Tigers break the huddle, 2nd down 7. Ball at the 29-yard line. High backs behind him. Jimenez sets him down again. This time he'll hand it back to Stubblefield right side. Stubblefield bursts up in there across the 35, 40, 45 at the other end of the 40, 30, 20. And he is brought down just shy of the, right at the 20-yard line. Jermaine Stubblefield, big, huge play for the Ardmore Tigers.
And every time he touches the ball, he's got a chance to go with it. He's so much fun to watch if you're a Tiger fan.
Right.
Probably not if you're the opponent, but Jermaine Stubblefield has really added a spark in this 4th quarter.
Impressive about that run is he had to break a couple tackles. Usually he'll make people miss, but that time he was wrapped, made an adjustment to get out of there, and then put on the burners to get across down to the 20. Almost took it all the
And
way.
he also wrapped up the football on his way down. When he felt that the tackle was imminent, there's a big word for you, Mike.
College word, 1st and 10. Ball at the 21-yard line. Jimenez is going to call a timeout here. We'll talk about this. What are we doing?
Just
What's
some
going
confusion out there, I think.
Tigers lead at 27-0 with 7:43 to play in the ball game, and we're back to Shawnee after this timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football. It's Kick 'em Country. Timeout. Jimenez brings him out. High backs behind him. Gresham in the slot to the left side. And wide out to the right is Miller. They'll give it off to, again, Jamal. And he is going to go to the left side across the 15-yard line. He'll be inside the 15. Flags are going to fly right there. Jermaine, you guys can correct me.
Going to have a hold on Ardmore. They're going to bring it back.
They call that on Dante Miller?
Either Dante or Jermaine, one of the two out there. Both of them, you could have got either one of them.
They threw the flag 20 yards to get there, so.
Well, I could see it
Must have
really
been
well
pretty
from
obvious.
here.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a nice breeze out there.
It's nice. Very nice.
Nice night.
We just need to go stand on the sideline and do the game some night. It's too hot in these booths.
David gets to do that every week.
I'm not sweating. I did dodge a player just a little bit ago. Jesse Hernandez standing on the sidelines blocked for me really well.
Good. Stand behind Jesse. I don't think is he one of the strongest players or the strongest player on the team?
I think he's the strongest player.
As far as his maximum lifts and stuff. Did he squat about 600 pounds?
More than me, that's all that matters.
More than you weigh, sir.
Yes.
About 10 times more than you weigh. High backs in the backfield. Jimenez. Here's the pitch. Jermaine fakes it that time to Miller. I thought that was going to be the reverse. And he fakes it to Miller and takes it the other way. Now we get a flag over here because Jermaine and one of the Shawnee players there, Lafiama and Jermaine, are going at it verbally, I believe. I didn't see any physical stuff, but a flag flies about 50 yards from the play. So I don't know what they're going to do. Now I do. It's going to be against Shawnee.
Like he was breakdancing there.
He's just calling a sideline warning, just backing everybody up.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, that's all he called.
Well, they were in each other's face, and I thought they called it on them.
I really did too, but I think that's the second one they've had tonight. So
The coaches were also right there on the official. I'm surprised he was lenient with just a sideline warning.
I thought he was in the Macarena or something, the way he put his hands back there and moved around.
Boy, they're not coming back here, I'll tell you that. The officials can just erase that map they emailed them yesterday. 27-0. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not really kidding. High backs behind him, and Jimenez now will set him down. 6:45 and ticking the clock. Second down of about 5. Right side, that's Colbert. Gets it, runs it across the 10, inside to the, just inside about the 5-yard line, I believe is where he's out of bounds across the way.
Two different approaches, both successful as Jimmy just puts his shoulder down, moves the pile. Doesn't look as flashy, but just as effective.
It's great to have a couple of running backs like that.
Shawnee's got to be wondering where it's going to come from next.
We've got to start figuring out the 5-star athlete tonight. It's going to be tough.
It will be. I've got a sneaking suspicion.
I do too.
Carter County Dodge 5-star star of the game coming your way just after the contest is over. Then we'll have the Bill Parker New York Live interview with the Coach Lloyd. The Coach Lloyd. I can call him that now. Right side, that's Jimmy Colbert. Oh. Act like you want to reverse his field right there, or at least cut inside and
self-tackleization.
Yeah.
Turf monster.
You've always wanted to use it, Mike.
I say that. I used to say that all the time. But people made fun of me so much. I just felt,
The little man in the grass jumped up and grabbed him on that one.
See, now that's even going too far.
Yeah, the turf monster.
Turf monster.
It's obvious.
Just tackled by the 4-yard line.
He had such a wide open spot to the end zone. He got too excited.
Looks like the big eater package now. They've got DeJuan Miles in at tailback.
Keith Todd at fullback, probably be an important guy right here.
It's about 500 pounds right there, and they give it to the deep back this time. DeJuan Miles, touchdown Tigers.
That drive was just a day's work. Day at the office for the Ardmore Tigers. I mean, they had some penalties and didn't phase them, just kept churning away. That offensive line is blocked so well all night. Ardmore's been able to move the ball on the ground all night long. When they have been stopped, they've stopped themselves.
Kilby Price on for the PAT. Austin Williams will be holding, and Keith Todd will be the deep snapper. 33-0, the Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves.
Duncan coach is not going to get much sleep this week. He's got a lot of stuff to figure out after he gets this tape.
This one is straight through the uprights, and it is good to make it Ardmore 34, Shawnee zipper. We're back here. The Tigers are playing on Kickham Country. Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves in what we said in the early part of the game would be one of Ardmore's better tests this year. Hasn't proven much of that so far. 5:25 to go in the game. Tigers pretty comfortable lead here. Secondhand Sports kickoff, and doing the honors here from the 45 or from the 40 right to left is going to be Kelby Price. Back deep, they drew straws for this one. I'll bet you Byron Perry and Gary Frazier. Here's the kick, and it is going to be a bouncer. Frazier takes it at the 20, and not much return there, about the 24-yard line, 23, let's call it. Good job on the coverage there for the Ardmore Tigers special teams. Robbie Gordon gets up off the pile last right there. So first and 10 for the Shawnee Wolves. And let's take a look now at the Valero Easy Shop scoring drive with Brendan Martin.
Thanks, Mike. Ardmore scored again, as he just told you. 6 plays, 74 yards, took 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Capped off by a 1-yard run by DeJuan Miles for the touchdown. The big play of the drive, a 50-yard burst by Jermaine Stubblefield, who's had a very good second half running the football for Ardmore. It's 34-0 with 5:15 left. Shawnee with a timeout.
We'll take a timeout too. 34-0. The Ardmore Tigers with the lead, and as you said, 5:15 left to go in this one. We are back. The Tigers are up 34-0, and you're listening to Kickham Country.
Ellis Knight again.
Tucker Brown hasn't found many receivers available in the second half, but he's still competing. He made an outstanding throw about 25, 30 yards up the field off his back foot that just went right through the hands of Cole Parsons. But Ardmore defenders, as they have been all night, right there, jarred it loose.
Ellis Knight, perfect defense that time. And the Ardmore Tigers hold them to 2nd and 10 here. Still inside just inside the 25 at the 24. Shawnee and the Wolves into the field here with 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining.
Need to congratulate the traveling crowd for the Tigers. Really nice crowd across the way. And David Polk's microphone is picking them up well.
This time right up the middle, and Tucker's going to take it on his own shoulders across the 50-yard line to the 40. Tucker Brown could score, one man to beat. Nope. Holds him up enough to get caught, but breaks loose from one tackler. Now the tackle is going to be made, and a nice job there on the catch-up play defensively for the Tigers is Andron Thompson, the senior linebacker, and good job there. Andron playing that outside linebacker / safety position the Tigers use, and doing a good job on the run down there. I thought he was gone after he crossed the 30.
Boy, he has great speed, no doubt, but Tigers closed on him. You got to give him credit. They've got the game won, but they're still playing hard. And that's what Ardmore has eliminated tonight, is that type of play. They've pretty much contained him, maybe the 8-10-yard carry occasionally. That's the first time he's really gotten loose.
He busted for 64 and had to run a long way and evaded a lot of defenders. Let's see if Ardmore can keep the goose egg on the board for Shawnee here. This is their best chance of the night.
Tucker Brown underneath center with a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line in Tiger territory. Going to hand it off to the first back there. Byron Perry not going to get much running room as the defense stiffens there. Andy Mendoza, one of the tacklers in there, coming up strong. 2nd down and 7 to go.
Tigers not going to give it up easy. A little pride out there after giving up the big play. They're trying to dig in.
They held them just 2.5, 3 yards there. 2nd down and 7. The ball at the 8, so they can get a first down just inside the 1. Three minutes and 50 seconds to play as it ticks. Again, the Tigers lead at 34-0. Just tuned in. Hi there. Tigers having a good night tonight. Tucker Brown going to call from the gun, throws it up quickly in the air, knocked down by DeJuan Miles, but I think it was touched at the line of scrimmage as well, and a flag will fly over here. The linesman threw a flag on the near side.
Line of 6 men on the line of scrimmage there. They didn't get 7th up. The guy on this side wasn't up, so that's going to cost him.
Boy, and Tucker Brown's got to think, what does a guy have to do to get his team in the end zone? We've sniffed at it before. We just can't get it in there.
So that's going to back them up here as they'll mark it back 5 yards. So the ball will be spotted where it'll bring up a 2nd down now and 12 to go. And again, they can get a first down inside the 1. Tucker Brown from the gun this time. Beside him is going to be Byron Perry. He throws back and tries to throw it across the middle there. Intended receiver. It's going to be incomplete.
Tucker Brown paid for being a statue in the pocket and trying to make the throw. He was level.
Is that why the Tiger crowd went wild?
Well, I heard the crowd, and I guess I looked
doing.
down the field to see the pass. We'll have to watch the replay, guys.
Brian Booker absolutely cleaned his clock.
Thank you, David. That's the Swords and Sudbury sideline clock cleaning report. Tonight's game's being taped, and you can watch Varsity Sports Network. Ardmore will be replayed Tuesday night at 8, Wednesday at noon. Tucker Brown going for the end zone, but it's well overthrown as he is rushed there. Good job defensively. Hey, the playback is Thursday night at 7 o'clock, so any of those 3 chances to catch it on Cable One's Channel 17, do that.
Shawnee has turned into team dissension on this drive. Tucker Brown thought he had a touchdown there, Shirley, and Cole Parsons stopped the route. And before Parsons made it back to the huddle, Brown was there to chew him out for stopping the route. So it's getting a little ugly down there on the Shawnee sideline.
34-0. And the Ardmore Tigers again handling an opponent.
They don't want to give it up, do they?
And they do not want to give up score right here. 4th down and 12. Brown from underneath center. He'll roll out to his right, looks across the middle, ball knocked away twice and almost caught anyway. Down there in the end zone is Byron Perry, and it's knocked away from him at the last minute. Good defense on that play.
And again, credit the rush for the Tigers. They were in his face again.
The Tigers hold them, and the Tigers looking for that shutout with 3:20 to go now.
The goose egg remains for Shawnee.
And really, you think about it, the only points scored on the Tigers this season were against the reserves. They really are yet to yield a touchdown or a field goal.
Other than the big defensive coverage breakdown against Ada to Daniels' little brother. Can't remember his name right now. That was 2 weeks ago. Chaz Daniels. The Ardmore defense has just been outstanding. The starting unit is as good as anybody will see in 5A.
34-0. Did we mention the score is out of hand? 3:20 to play.
Jordan Gary in at quarterback.
And Jordan takes the snap, hands it off. Not much running room there. Andrew Singleton on the carry, and it'll get, well, he gets the 11-yard line, so that's going to be about a 1.5 yard loss on the play.
Got a lot of new guys in there, Mike.
Chance Arnicher.
J.R. Thompson on the offensive line.
Stanton St. Clair at wide receiver.
Just have to pick them up as we go. This is just a run the clock out kind of thing.
Austin Williams at wide receiver. He'll set up wide to the left here. Stanton St. Clair sets up wide to the right. Jordan Gary takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back right there, and that's going to be some punishing running there.
Thomas Herndon in on the line.
Tell you.
Well, I like Andre Singleton. We saw him last week.
He looked good right there, too.
We compared him to Sproles from Kansas State, who had a great ball game the other day against the Dallas Cowboys, at least in the kick return situation.
Nearly broke 2 or 3 for touchdowns.
But this guy Singleton reminds me a lot of Sproles.
Clock is ticking at 2:09 with the Tigers at 3rd and 8 now. Ball on the 15-yard line, still in Tiger territory. Jordan Gary sets him down, the I-backs behind him. Jordan hands it off to the D-back again, and this time not much running room. Singleton going to get
Tucker Brown going to get one more shot at the Tigers.
And the Wolves are going to take a timeout to preserve a little of the clock here. 1:50 to go. 34-0. The Ardmore Tigers lead the Shawnee Wolves, and we're back after this. And the Tigers again leading 34-0. And gonna have to punt the thing away. Stephen Lee does that. Oh, he gets a great one.
Fair catch.
Tucker Brown fair catches it at the 47-yard line.
What's a fair catch? You got 10 yards there.
I think he wants to win. He wants to win. He wants to
wants
score
to win with his
on
arm.
offense. He's not going to win. That's obvious. 34-0.
Either that or Keith Todd was whispering sweet nothings at him coming down the field, barreling down there as the one man. And I think Brown may have been a little bit scared.
I don't know. I'm surprised to see that.
He had all kinds of room, didn't he?
He did.
He could have run half a day there.
You okay, Mike?
Yeah, I just got a little cricket trouble. 34-0.
Surely there's a pest control company you can pick up as a sponsor.
We need to spray the booth before we get here. Tucker Brown, right side. Oh, ball knocked up in the air. Great job right there. And again, we talk about Kevin Andrews enough. Marquise Booker also in there defensively, but Kevin doing a good job right there. Thought he might have himself a fumble.
An all-around good guy goes and gets the football before he goes back out.
That's a good guy.
Great play right there.
That's
Kevin
a nice
Andrews.
fella.
And it's, you know what, one thing I was thinking about earlier, the Ardmore Tigers, it's great to see all the guys get to play, but it's really good to see the Ardmore Tigers defense stay out there a complete game and play the way they have. That second quarter could have taken the win completely out of them, but they've played this entire game, and they're still going full speed.
They want the goose egg.
You bet.
On the road, against the wind, uphill, everything.
Tucker Brown going to tuck it and run. Brian Booker in there, and also on the tackle is, how many times have we mentioned Andy Mendoza tonight? Should we mention him a couple of times just to make sure they understand? A 6', 230-pound junior, and Andy Mendoza, for that size of player, gets to the football so well, and he moves laterally so well. It's great to watch him play. Third down now, 6 to go. What are you laughing about?
I'm thinking we never told the folks you had a cricket up your pants leg. That's what we're laughing about.
I think he's
We
out
got to
of there.
start letting them in on what the.
I didn't even know. I
About.
didn't even see him wink at me. He really likes me. I think he was sitting on my shoulder for a little while.
Everyone at home thinks we actually take a break during the break, but there's all sorts of shenanigans going on out here.
Third down and 6.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, Chris Odom down here has been huge in the middle at nose guard tonight as well. He's been taking out about half the line, just firing out and knocking them off their feet, allowing the linebackers to penetrate tonight.
Very strong-minded young man and plays hard every down. You like that. Throwing the ball down the field. Oh, a reception at the 18-yard line. They're going to down the ball at the 15 with 50 seconds to play. Ellis Knight on the defensive side of things, but Cole Parsons catching a big pass right there from the outstanding quarterback, Tucker Brown.
It will be an aggravating ride home for Ardmore if they don't get the shutout here. They have played just an outstanding game of defense, and they want to hold it up.
50 seconds to do so. First and 10 of the 15-yard line now for the Shawnee Wolves. Byron Perry beside Tucker Brown from the gun. He'll call from there. Looking down the field, he'll fling it out to the right side, and a reception again by Parsons. Great defense there, right on him, and moving him out of bounds. Is that Robbie Gordon? I can't catch the number from here.
No, that was
that's
Fields.
Jared.
Jared Fields.
Got to get the first name on the Fields twins. Jared and Justin?
Justin Field.
Justin, that was Jared. Okay. Timeout Wolves, 32 seconds remaining. We'll take a 30. We're back after this. The Ardmore Tigers lead at 34-0 as we wind it down in Shawnee on Kickham Country. Seconds to play, 34-0. And the Ardmore Tigers defensive unit trying to keep the shutout alive here with 32 seconds. As Shawnee threatening now. Ball is resting right at the 10-yard line. It'll be second down and about 5 from there. We're deep into the fourth quarter with only 32.2 seconds to play. And again, Tucker Brown, Billy Brown's little boy out there on the field. And he's played great tonight. Had a great contest. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right. Finds somebody down there to throw to, but it's going to be incomplete. That's again Parsons. Parsons wanting interference right there.
He's
Parsons-
hardly touched.
Parsons wants interference, and that ball could not have been caught by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but you're not going to get the call when the ball goes sailing 3 feet over your 5'8" frame.
Just under 28 seconds now, so really good clock usage. 3 seconds there on that play. Third down, 5. Yeah, Rubbin's racing. Doesn't he know that?
I don't follow.
You can touch him in the.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Rubbin's racing. NASCAR
Tucker Brown going to
There you
file a
go.
harassment charge against the Tiger defensive ends, I guarantee you.
There you go. Tucker Brown going to throw it up in the corner. This time going for it is Frazier, and it is going to be out of bounds. Nice job by Robbie Gordon right there. Just float along with him. Watch his eyes and see when the football gets there. Great job.
Fourth down.
Rubbin's racing.
We're on the edge of our seats like the game is at hand right here. You know, the Tigers trying to hang on.
I learned that from that Tom Cruise movie,
Days of Thunder.
Glory. Yeah.
Boy, that's an old movie.
Well, you know.
Old, bad. Yeah.
It was a bad movie.
See, I like
Oh, they're
it.
going to kick a field
So I don't know
goal.
what's wrong.
They're going to
Oh,
kick
no.
a field goal. Oh, goodness.
And on to kick, Adam Betterton.
Oh, goodness.
It is good.
That's pitiful.
So the Shawnee Wolves with 20 seconds
Just like
remaining.
Nebraska
kicking
last year, wasn't it?
34-3. So the Tigers just shy of the shutout. We'll be back here for the kick from the Wolves with 20 seconds to play Here, the Tigers lead it 34-3 on Kickham Country. Sports kickoff after the field goal by Betterton, 34-3 now. How long was that field goal? Didn't mark that. You didn't either. 20 seconds remaining.
26-yard field goal.
Okay. Betterton, well, he does kick a foot into it. I thought they might onside it, but he gets it away. And going to pick it up and run in circles, and now across the 25-yard line. Nice job there. Boy, there is some really heavy play going on around. No flags on the play.
Officials just want to get this thing
They
over
just
with.
want this clock to tick right here. They stop it at to set the ball.
Big Charlie Crosby had his man blocked. There was no doubt about it. And for
Twice.
good measure, he stayed down on him about 3 seconds after
That's
the whistle
right.
blew.
Well, if you're laying on him, he ain't going to tap. He ain't
That
going
was
to go
Charlie
anywhere.
mixing it up
Yeah, it
out
was.
there.
Get after it. Jordan Geary comes back out in the QB position with 13 seconds on the clock. 34-3, the Tigers with the football. We're about to wrap this thing up. We'll have the Carter County Dodge 5-star dealer star of the game for you.
Golly.
It's my boss calling on the cell phone.
Does he not know you're
It's
on the air?
97.7. You can find me. Tip. Jordan Geary does a good job
That'll
downing
be
the
it.
football
That
right
ought to do
there,
it,
and
boys.
that'll let the clock run out.
Impressive.
34-3, the final score, and we'll be back here. We'll be back with the Bill Parker New York Live wrap-up show after this on Kickham Country. Tonight, and again, going to get here with the Carter County Dodge 5-star dealer star of the game. And the Carter County Dodge 5-star dealer star of the game. Tonight, while we talk about it, it didn't take really a lot of time because we're just going to give it to the Ardmore Tiger defense. The Ardmore Tiger defense, everybody voted unanimous pretty much. Jermaine Gresham coming in a close second right there on the star of the game, as he did have 3 touchdowns tonight and some big yardage, big plays. But going to overall give it to the Ardmore Tiger defense. They played a great game tonight. You know, the Tiger defense, I think, matured into what they need to tonight to become what they want to this year.
Well, this game's a measuring stick. I mean, Ada was too. Ada was a pretty good team. They went up and beat Carl Albert, but after this game, you felt like you know a whole lot more about your team, and I think they're pretty good, Brandon.
They're very good. This Shawnee team went on the road last week and played Stillwater, a 6A team, very tough. They come home tonight expecting to build on it, and Ardmore comes in and just bludgeons them, for lack of a better word, 34-3. Moved the ball up and down the field at will and made great defensive stops all night long. Just a very impressive win for Ardmore, and they're pumped about it too.
The Ardmore Tigers again win it tonight, 34-3, the final score. So the Tigers pretty much doing away with everybody this year in 3 games, the 3 pre-district games. Of course, the Duncan Demons come to town next week, and that should be an interesting match now with the clubs there at Noble Stadium. Can't wait to see that. We're going to take another timeout. We'll come back here. That wraps up the Carter County Dodge 5-star dealer star of the game. It's the Ardmore D, and congratulations to them. We'll come back here. We've got more action for you as we keep on keeping on with the Bill Parker New York Live post-game show featuring the talk with the head coach of the Ardmore Tigers, Mike Lloyd. We'll also talk to the stars of the game after this 30-second timeout on Kickham Country. tonight. The Shawnee Wolves taking it on the chin pretty much from the Ardmore Tigers. 34-3 the final score. The star of the game tonight brought to you by Carter County Dodge, 5-star dealer. Star of the game goes to the Ardmore defense. And down on the field is our own David Polk, and he's talking with one of the stars of the Ardmore defense tonight, David.
Yes, I am. Number 65, Kevin Andrews. And Kevin, a great game tonight. We gave the star of the game to the entire defense. You guys did an awesome job as a group of young men shutting down Shawnee until that field goal. What was it like on the field tonight?
It's a lot more tiring than the other games, I'd say. But it was fun. I mean, we just went out and played our game. Coach said the only team that can beat us is our own. So we just kind of go by that and come together as a team. And
a lot of preparation this week. I know you guys have heard about Tucker Brown, but it was a lot of stuff going on the field that showed that you were prepared for him. And how many spies did you have tonight watching Tucker?
Oh, just about everybody on the team, I think. I mean, he's a great athlete. Sure. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But we're watching the whole game, and we tried to shut him down. And I think, we might have done a pretty good job at that. But
did that for sure. It's a great night, Kevin. It was a lot of fun, and Ardmore starts 3-0, beats a good Shawnee time. It's now for district. You're looking forward to that next week at Duncan.
I am, extremely.
We'll see you next week at Halliburton Stadium. That's Kevin Andrews. Guys, back up to you until I can find Coach Lloyd here.
All right, welcome back up. And again, 34-3 the final score tonight. And we're lining up the coach here for the Bill Parker New York Live post-game talk with Coach Lloyd.
That game next week's in Ardmore, Noble Stadium.
Yes, it is.
It's not at Halliburton.
Unless they renamed it.
Don't drive to Duncan. You'll be sadly disappointed.
I have located the coach, guys.
It's a home game. All right, down on the field, Bill Parker New York Live post-game talk with Coach Mike Lloyd and David Polk.
Yeah, well, Coach Lloyd, 34-3, a great game tonight by your defense.
Well, our defense played tremendous, and, I thought our offensive line played tremendous, but it was a total team effort. But I thought our kids came out, and heard some statements from their players and things on their board that we were overrated. So, we had a little challenge, and I think our kids accepted that challenge. I think we proved to them we're not overrated. So, anytime you can beat Shawnee and beat them thoroughly in front of their home fans, you got to be proud of that.
Well, we gave the player of the game to your defense tonight because as a line, they shut Tucker down, did the things they needed to do. It was a great effort. But, Coach, I noticed that you worked a lot this week on that crossing pattern to Jermaine, and it sure showed tonight.
Well, it did. Lionel made some good passes on that. It's a play we put in this week for their defense. And, our offensive line gave them some protection. We missed it the first time around. It came back and hit it a couple of times for big plays and really our first score of the game. But, when he's getting time to throw, those guys up front are doing a heck of a job, our offensive line. But, I'm proud of our defense, but I thought we also played very well on the offensive side of the ball, and thought we did a good job on our special teams.
Well, it's so much fun watching them as they start 3-0, and we've talked about how good a team and how solid they are, but the fact that they play as a team and act as a team, that's got to be good going into conference or district play.
Well, it's huge. I mean, anytime you can put all the individual things aside, you got a chance to be successful, and this is a special group, and as long as we do that, we got a chance to have an outstanding football season, and like I said, it's one game. It's a good tune-up to get you ready for district play, and, we'll see what happens. But, these kids are fun to be around. They're fun to coach, and just like you pointed out earlier, they play as a team. That's the number one thing. As long as we do that, we're going to be pretty good.
Again, 34-3, Coach. Kind of a bittersweet thing that they bring Betterton out and let him get a field goal, but it was, again, a great defensive show by the Tigers tonight.
That's a great defensive show, but, if you want to kick a field goal when it's 34-0 like that, that's fine. But, our kids played outstanding, and I think the score speaks for itself. And, I thought that we accepted the challenge. Like I said, we heard a little bit of talk and saw some things and heard some things for the game. But I think we proved to them that probably we're not overrated. So we'll just see how things go and take it from here and try to get better.
Congratulations, Coach. Again, guys, up to you. Starting 3-0 and putting it on what folks thought was a really good Shawnee team at the beginning of the season. They were rated above us at the beginning of the season, and we're starting 3-0, and they're 1-2. So it was a good night on the field here.
All right, the Tigers will remain ranked number 1 this week. Bill Parker New York Live post-game talk with Coach Mike Lloyd, brought to you by David Polk Incorporated. Thank you so much, David. It is a great game, 34-3, and we got to see a lot of Ardmore Tiger offense in the game. We got to see a great defense play tonight, so pretty happy with the way things turned out.
We've stressed this enough. Billy has mentioned it tonight. We've mentioned it all week. This team is very, very, very good. You need to come out and watch them next week against Duncan. They're much improved, and we're going to need a big home crowd. But I'll just give you a little stat here. Ardmore in 3 games has outscored their opponents 126-32. That's 42-10 every time they go out. This team's real good. You need to come watch them.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And it's just a special feeling. They're so kind of quietly confident. They don't strut around, and do things like that. Like you see on television all the time, they just a good, clean, hard-hitting football team, and they're playing well on both sides of the football. And a lot of fun to watch. It makes it a lot more fun for us, too, doesn't it?
It trickles down from the quarterback play. Jimenez, just the true leader out there on the offense. Everything goes through him, and as he goes, so go the Ardmore Tigers. When you get good play out of him, as they have all year long, they're going to be very, very good, and the defense speaks for itself. Just hit Shawnee from the word go and made them pay for every single yard they tried to get.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. And again, we are live in Shawnee tonight. We'll be live tomorrow morning, 8:30, from the Prairie Kitchen in Ardmore. That's where the Area Coaches Show is going to be broadcast from. It's brought to you by Mike Hillick, Chevrolet in Davis, and Southern Financial. I've been doing so many of those tonight. They're slipping my mind all of a sudden here. And got to get a bigger pegboard. We appreciate them. Also, Phil Tabor at the Prairie Kitchen for letting us come in there, eat breakfast, and talk to the coaches. We'll be doing that. Mike Lloyd will be there in the morning, and so will a lot of the area coaches. Last week we had 14 coaches, so a lot of teams get a word on the radio on Saturday mornings. Can't wait to see you there. Also, stick around here. The Oklahoma News Network wrap-up show going to be going on. It's brought to you by Brad Fenton Motors, and we'll be doing that here momentarily. Again, for David Polk, Billy Wallace, Brandon Martin, I'm Mike Laird. Good night, big guy.